And you over here taking on this task like Captain Save-A-Ho.
That part.
That part complete. That part in its entirety. Why you gotta be Captain Save?
Put your sweats on for me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
See that, but that's what happened though. That one arm on deck, one arm on funnel.
It has to be. It's no other way. No other way.
Get the base of that ponytail right there.
What do you look? Hold on.
You like what?
Don't put the leg.
Hold on. Before you talk yourself into some crazy shit, we live, baby. We in here.
Mine.
Mics are unmuted. It's just candid right now. So what's being said now cannot be taken back. So let's make sure we understand that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, have you ever put that leg up on it?
Look, I'm not fucking.
You ever
with
put
you,
that leg up?
Hey yo, we in here. Lessons in Love. We're doing this on a Monday.
On a Monday. Fresh off the weekend.
Fresh off.
First part of the week.
Knocking it out. We had to switch it up for today due to scheduling issues and stuff like that. But either way, we in here, right?
We making it work, right?
Making it work. Man, y'all feel good today, man? Y'all feeling good about the pod? Like, how we got? You said what?
I said beautiful.
Beautiful. Sensational. Yo, it's going to be a good day. Real quick, man. Y'all know how we start this out, man. We got some topics on deck. We're going to introduce everybody that's in here, that's contributing tonight. And we're going to get started, right? We're going to get going. We're going to get going. Absolutely. So, real quick, man, we're going to go through. Hey, look. Oh, yeah. Audio's beautiful. Yep, that's the check. We good. Everything's solid.
Auto-tune?
Yeah, no auto-tune. We sounding good. We Gucci today. So look, we're gonna start around the room. We're gonna start on the gold couch this time, man. We're gonna start on the gold couch. Our girl Kiana's back, man, from her her hiatus.
Hey y'all.
So go ahead, look, Kiana, real quick during your intro, man. Age and relationship status.
I am 36 years old. Just had a birthday.
Hey, shout out.
Happy birthday.
Leo season, right? Is that
yes,
Leo?
it is.
Absolutely.
Big dogs.
Okay. Big dogs. Big lions.
Big cats.
Big lions.
Big cats.
We stomping on everybody, you know.
Oh, man.
We in there. I am currently, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am married, however.
It's complicated. Yeah,
it's complicated.
I mean, it happens. That's why we in here, right?
Going through some things.
All right, Elmer, welcome back, of course. You know what I'm saying? Week in and week out. Oh, that's right. You missed last week because you had bad weather.
So. My Mini Cooper wasn't about to make it. It was a wrap.
Yeah, we ain't need that. We got to be safe. Safety first, as always.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, Amber. What you got for us?
Wait. Am I just? Every.
We
So
started.
I am a year older than I was last year.
I know that's right.
That's how women start answering questions in their 30s.
21.
A 23-year-old be like, 23. Yeah, 22, 23, 23. Yeah.
22 plus a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
You start getting the I am 52 years young. You start getting that one. Right? The years young. Sorry, go ahead, Amber.
I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, cool.
Hey, Lamont, what's up?
I know. Welcome back, Lamont. And Nick, man, how you doing this week, man? What's up?
I am doing beautiful, man. I am Nick Lyles.
At Nick Lyles is back again,
Nick
baby.
Lyles is back in the building. 28 years old, single,
and loving it.
Enjoying myself, living life.
I see you got your ankles out.
Got my ankles out with my socks on.
Okay.
You know, with the brown socks,
Right.
the Ralph Lauren's. So you know when nigga got money. I'm no at polo for me.
Hey,
you know, but I can do a little something.
Don't come for the
I can do a little something. You know, Enjoying life, working, hitting my comedy bits. I got shows Tuesday through Thursday.
Yes, and we would like to come to those shows. So, when you give us the lineup, we can come.
You do comedy?
Yes.
Yeah, I do see
He's been doing it for a while. He just, hasn't told us when he has a show. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's scared that we won't laugh at him.
Maybe y'all won't think I'm
You know what I'm
funny.
saying?
Who knew?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays at Shenanigans. Y'all
you
welcome
did
to
tell
come.
us that.
Shenanigans.
In Adamsburg is Tuesday, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. we got our first show at Smitty's. So Smitty's 8 p.m. I'm hosting on Tuesday. I'm hosting Tuesday, and I think I should be hosting Wednesday.
You hosting tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm hosting
Tuesday
tomorrow.
at Smitty's?
I'm hosting tomorrow at Shenanigans. So
Okay.
come on up, come on down.
So
Everybody welcome.
you see, he told us this time where he gonna be.
Yeah.
And he gave us a time this time.
Yeah, it's solid now. You know what I'm saying? I'm new to the scene, so still feeling that. I don't want people to pull up and I'm not on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting more established, getting better. So please pull
Yeah.
up.
And you tell jokes and everything?
Nah, I do dissertations on stage. Yeah, it's stand-up comedy. Yeah.
You tell the funniest.
Yeah.
Right. Like, for real?
I just had no idea.
I tell journal logs. It's Dear Diary. Today I found out that Amber was eating for 2 weeks.
Spin that into a nice little jokey joke. So what's your age and relationship status, man?
28, single, in a relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Amen to that. Amen.
And that's what I'm sticking to for right now.
I'm glad he got the cap hat on. He already got it on, so I'm glad he already rocking
You
it.
just keep that on for the rest of the night.
Let's pass it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, well, look, intros aside, man.
Excuse me, you ain't introduce yourself.
Right?
Oh man, you know what? Because I'm not used to be on the inside, so I'm
You gotta
used
save
to
the best for last.
being asked the question and that versus just coming out and answering it. Deb, y'all already know me. 35 and separated. Not that complicated. It just is what it is.
Oh God, don't do that.
What? I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. Like we get it. Like everybody's relationship is a little different. I'm just saying mine's just cut and dry. It's like we just separated. We
Got
just
it.
ain't no bones, ain't no confusion about that. That's just what it is right now. But that's what it is. Real quick, man, y'all know we take a little bit of time out. I gotta do a little housekeeping, clean it up. You know what I'm saying, for the social media folks and all the followers and stuff. First
goal
of all,
for August is 80,000 subscribers.
Hey,
it's a big goal. It's a crazy goal, but it's my goal.
Shout out to the PMP, man. Shout out to that brother. He does good things over there on YouTube, man. YouTube land. Yeah. So, and that's my inspiration for, the housekeeper today. First of all, I just want to say we appreciate all of our followers, man, on all forms of social media. And, with that being said, if you like the show, you're watching the show, you're contributing to the show, take the time out to like and subscribe and share on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure to show us some love on that side. The only way we're going to grow and get to our goals and be able to keep providing y'all this content is if, we have active engagement and people taking that little bit of time out to show us some love, man. So watch the show, like the show, share the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So real quick, man, I'm going to give everybody a little because I'm challenging everybody on the pod today, too.
Oh.
Yeah. Take a little 30 seconds out to hop on your little Facebook or whatever and go ahead and share that real quick. I'm about to do the same.
I think mine's automatically shares.
Does it? I know. It's typically like if it pulls up for folks, then they can just share from there.
How do you do that?
Whenever we hop on a pod,
you'll get the notification.
Yeah. Oh. See.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's real quick, man. Knock that out real quick. Share that. So we can let the folks know that we in here and we doing things, big things in BNY.
Okay.
But that aside, while y'all knocking that out, man. I mean, we was talking about a little bit pre-production, but we got we got some topics. We got some topics that we going to dive into, and I got a little curveball I'm gonna throw in there. Probably last minute, I'm trying to squeeze one more in there. But
all right.
Our main topic and the two follow-ups, as y'all can see the title of today's podcast, Baby Mama Drama. But we're gonna start out talking about independent women, right?
Wait, we missed somebody.
Who we miss?
On the black couch.
Oh well, Keon.
He here.
Yeah, look, Keon, the engineer, the man behind the scenes, man. Keon Keon plays.
Oh, he chilling.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Keon. Everybody out there that's been following us for a while, y'all know Keon. Y'all know the name. Sounds real familiar. That's our, you know what I'm saying, engineer for a long time. You know, had to take a little break to do some things for himself. But he in the building right now, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, cooling on the hookah side. So, you know, but Keon's definitely in the building.
I thought he was on camera. My bad.
I know,
Keon.
So, but no, look, back to the topics, man. Like, especially the first one. Anybody want to volunteer to read through the 1 through 6? You know what I'm saying?
I'll read through them.
You got
them?
them?
Pretty prevalent in my life.
All right.
Y'all want a popcorn read, like middle school style?
All right.
You call on everybody.
So, 6 reasons why independent women are intimidating. Reason number 1, independent women make their own money, which is definitely true.
Okay.
2, independent women are less emotionally dependent. 3, independent women don't take shit from anyone. 4, independent women are most likely far more mature and smarter than you, and that is scary.
Ooh, wait a minute.
5, independent women don't have time for games. And 6, she doesn't need you.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
All right.
I want to hear y'all point of view first.
I was going to throw that one up to Nick, man, because you know, being a single brother out here.
I am a single
Are you
man.
dating?
I am dating.
Are you single? And I mean, you are separated, Dev.
I'm not dating. No. No.
So you have passed because you are older than Nick.
Yes.
Have you dated independent women?
Well, I mean, yeah. You know, I guess by the definition, you know, someone's making her own money essentially, right?
Yeah, a woman who can support herself.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely
How
has,
does
you know,
that
what I'm saying,
work
over
for
the
you?
years. But Nick, because this is cool because Nick, you're in a very precarious
Dating pool,
position,
right?
And it's modern dating as well that
Yeah.
Nick is experiencing. So like,
Dad barely had Facebook when he was dating.
Yo,
You know, Facebook, he ain't
I was still on the
have-
MySpace
Wait.
kick, man.
Definitely.
I'm telling you.
trying to get out here.
Yeah, I'm out Black Planet. What's up? I'm out here.
Black Planet.
You telling people your age, you know that, right?
I look, no shame in my game, man.
You said
is
it
what
earlier,
is.
you're 35.
Yeah, 35. I was there for the Black Planet.
I was.
You know what I'm saying?
In the beginning
Y'all
of
remember Mi Gente?
MySpace, and
Y'all remember Mi
I
Gente?
didn't do that.
That was the Hispanic Black Planet.
Yeah, that was the Hispanic
I
Black
didn't
I had a Mi Gente. I was in
Or,
that bitch. Salsa and shit.
Oh my goodness.
What was the
Had
other
a
one?
little-
Black People
What was
Meet?
your name on it? Black people meet. Yeah.
Black People Meet.
That came out.
That's like the dating one though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It'd be
Black people
18.
meet.
Black people meet.
Yeah,
It'd be 18.
Yeah.
So wait, it's still like people still get on Black People Meet.
Is that even a thing? I know it's like BLK now, so I think that might be the new.
Yeah, it's called BLK. It's called
Yeah.
Black.
Black.
Yeah, BLK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get over there.
Okay.
Nick,
you
though,
don't
man.
like it?
You don't like BLK?
I love black women, but BLK.
It's not for you.
It's women who still got their Black Planet profiles from like 2005 on there. So it's still a bunch of
Oh,
45-year-old.
Pictures grainy as hell. Just
Yeah,
doesn't look
graded
good.
pictures,
Wow.
top down mirror shots. You know, not my.
They still got
not-
the toothpaste on the
Hey.
on the mirrors in the bathroom. Like,
yeah,
can you
with
just
their
clean
kid
that
poking
up?
around the corner. Listen, if that's you, I respect it. Not
It's
my
not
demographic.
not for you.
Not my demographic. So I'll say this. I'll speak to this as the single man, right?
Right.
The only man ain't been married, right? A lot of this list,
It's true.
no, I think it's bullshit. I was just saying straight up.
Really?
I think a lot of this
It
is
is.
bullshit. I think what happens, right? I think what happens is that men aren't ever like really intimidated by women. Have you ever been intimidated, Dev?
I can't say that I personally have. No.
I've never been
No.
intimidated by a woman, right? What happens is women make a certain level of money or a certain level of income, and I say this as someone who's also pretty financially successful myself. And what happens is that begins to subconsciously feed through their attitude and how they treat people. And so what happens is that independent women become you become confident, right? But confidence can turn into cockiness, into arrogance, which are negative traits.
Agree.
Right? And so what happens is women get this whole attitude, like, you know, like, and I get it. Sometimes it's earned. You know, you're successful, you go through school, you get a master's degree, you make it $100 some odd $1,000 a year. You're like, oh, I'm
feeling yourself.
independent. I'm this, I'm that. I got a bag, you know, like, and so, but that energy, right, does not translate well in terms of relationship. People don't like, especially as a, it might, sometimes it works for women looking for men, because women look for confidence, and women look for that sort of self-assuredness, and women look for that kind of leader guy. Men aren't looking for leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, in general, men aren't looking for someone to lead them.
Right.
Men are looking, at best case, for a partner, but a partner's got to be someone who's willing to work with you, not somebody who's doing their own thing, who's coming back to you. But most of the time, men want a woman who's gonna be cooperative with them, and a lot of the traits that are great for leadership and are great for financial success. You know, traits like being dogged and being bullheaded, being able to really, being really stick to it, being able to like make your opinions known and being really dogged in your opinions. That stuff is really great in terms of making financial success and becoming financially successful, especially in corporate America. It doesn't trend well for a relationship for men or for women. You know, would you want a man who's overbearing and overly cocky and wants and needs to be right all the time? Someone who needs to be right all the time, like can't just like have a discussion.
Not. But I think that falls into like that. It's like a catch-22 because women want a man to be financially stable and independent, but at the same time, we want, at this point in life, you know, where women are highly successful in the workplace, a lot of women are independent. You know, they're not willing to accept less than what they're putting out.
Absolutely.
So I think that part of being an independent woman kind of gets overlooked. So you have the independent woman, and then you have, the woman who wants to be taken care of. I'll put it that way. Right.
Yeah.
So the difference between the two is, although the woman who wants to be taken care of might still be getting her own bag, the independent woman is saying, I don't need you to do that. I need you to bring something else to the table for me other than the financial part, because I can handle that on my own. Like, this is where I'm at. I need you to meet me. And if you can't meet me, then you're not for me. And I think that kind of gets overlooked because most men look at an independent woman and say, well, she already independent. What does she need me for? Instead of, what can I bring to the table? See, it's like a catch-22, right? What can you add? Because I seen maybe it was a Facebook or TikTok video. A man asked, what can a woman bring to the table, or what is she bringing to the table?
I know you're talking about the table thing,
right? And she says herself, but for an independent woman, she's bringing you the table. She's giving you the table. She is the table. So what are you bringing to her? See, and this is where the independent woman has to also meet the independent man. You have to be compatible with one another, because society is looking at this independent woman because she makes this amount of money and she already is established. And for some men, that can be...
You think it's intimidating?
I do.
But what I would say is, what I think it is that it isn't that it's not complimentary. So as a man, right, a man's job is to provide and protect, right? So let's call that the table.
Okay.
Let's call provision and protection the table.
Absolutely.
I've got the table.
Right.
Right. Now let's say you're an independent woman. You also brought a table. Right. Now we just got a long ass table. That didn't do nothing for me. I don't need a table. I need a meal on it.
Right.
I need all the stuff. So what's complimentary to a table isn't another table. What's complimentary to a table is a meal and chairs and a place setting, and that's what makes we talk about. Which is
why it can be intimidating for some men.
Well, I think when you filter it through the language of it's intimidation, it's not intimidation. It just doesn't fit with that man. It's not intimidating to me for a woman to bring her own table. It's that I already have a table. I don't need another one. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
you
I don't need another
table, but
no.
what would you want? Like, okay, so this woman, she's in the dating pool. You're in the dating pool, right?
Yeah.
So this woman
splashing around that motherfucker right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you meet a plethora
Yeah.
of women, right?
That's fair.
So you find this independent woman. She is independent. You know, she has her own house, her own car, her own money, her own finances, right? But there is it's a status that she holds, right?
Yeah.
So most men who are successful, right? Their wives or their girlfriends are like stay at home and they take care of her, which is why I said it's intimidating, because if you have a woman who's out there in the world working like you and you have a partner, now you guys are in a partnership. So you saying the table is longer and I'm saying no, the table isn't longer. We're at the table together and it's the same length.
Yeah, but now we both not eating all the motherfucker. That's the problem.
No, I don't. I think you both can eat off the table. Like if you both are successful. Prime example, I know a lot of people who are successful because, you know, I was in the service. They got out the service. They got really good jobs. You know, they got 6-figure paying jobs. They're successful together. You know what I'm saying? You can have a successful couple and her be independent in the beginning, and then because she sees that he is what most would consider an alpha male, she takes a step back from her independence. But it is going to take a man for a man, and I'm saying a man, for independent woman to take a couple of steps back and realize that she doesn't have to be the independent woman anymore. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So in the beginning of most relationships nowadays, women are independent because society has told them, you know, hey, if you depend on a man, you're not going to be able to do this or you're not going to be able to do that. So a lot of women now are in the workplace and they are very successful, and it is very hard for them to find a man who is compatible with them, because it can be intimidating to some men. Let's look at reality. Reality says
it's going to be intimidating to men who have lesser. I'll say that. What I'm saying is, but they're not looking at men who have lesser. They don't care about that. They're looking at men who have more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a woman making, you know,
let's just say ballpark figure 80,000.
Let's call it 80. Yeah, 80's good. Go ahead, Amber.
I was gonna say, would you consider? Okay, so I don't know if this fits into the realm of independent women or intimidating, or just simply that you aren't at the same level mentally as the woman. And I only say this because, so, you know, I'm in a relationship now, but of course I dated before. So I dated this guy, and he had a good job, good paying job. He had roommates. I didn't like that, but then again, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And so,
no woman likes
especially
that. It's
because I have my own place,
Right.
and you're like a few years older than me and used to have roommates, and so I didn't like that. And then even though he had a good job and it was decent pay, like, he still didn't have his shit together.
Right.
Like,
so mentally he wasn't where
Yeah.
you are as and
Yeah.
I think that's what gets misconstrued a little bit in the independent woman
Yeah.
status.
Yeah.
You can be an independent woman and not have to depend on a man, but still be a woman who wants to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, being an independent woman, it has, I think I would say, levels, right? Independent women have levels. So you can be an independent woman who's just on her own, she's on her shit. You don't have to make $80,000 a year, but you at least want this man to meet you. Like Amber said, she dated a guy, and I have dated a guy as well, who I was in a different mindset than he was when we dated. So therefore we weren't compatible, because my independent woman status was different from his independent man status, I would say. For guys, it's okay for you to be roommates. For me, I'm not accepting a guy who has a roommate, because I don't have a roommate. And that's why I said for the independent woman, she wants to be met where she is. So if I have my own car, I expect you to have your own car. If I have my own house, I expect you to have your own house. So, and I think because a lot of men grow up with the statue that it is okay for you to be roommates, or it is okay for you to not have your own until you meet somebody who it is a requirement for, it becomes a burden to a female, because I just want you as an independent woman to meet me where I'm at, and if you can't meet me where I'm at, then that is a problem. That means that we're not fit, and you think that for me that's me being snotty or me trying to compensate for something. But as an independent woman, this is what I have, so why can't you meet me where I am?
Yeah.
I think that's the intimidation factor.
Yeah, that's what the intimidation factor
you don't
is.
have
what I have.
We're not on the same level yet, and so you're intimidated that, like, oh, like, you know, she has her own place, I don't have my own place. That can be intimidating.
So, okay.
Like, you know, she has more of this together,
I do.
like, like, you know, she's more financially stable than I am. That can be, but that's not to say that, you know,
they don't have money or they don't have they don't have what we have. It's just something we're looking for something different because we already have certain things. And it can be intimidating because you like, hey, well, you know, I was just trying to kick it with you, but you're trying to kick it with me, and your mindset ain't on the same level as mine. So we kicking it to do what? Like, what are we doing as far as kicking it? Because at the end of the day, when you look at where I'm at and where you're at, we're on two different levels already. So you either have to come up to my level or I have to come down to yours, and I'm not coming down to yours.
So I'll say this, right? I think my perspective is different. Then I'll pass to Jeff, right? Is that I think y'all are right, but it depends on where the man's at.
Right.
Right. So and that's what y'all were saying is like, so if you make 80, a man who's making $40,000 or, you know, whatever, bartending at Chili's or working at Jiffy Lube, he can be intimidated by that sort of career woman, right? Who's got their stuff together, who's got her own place. She don't got roommates. She got a nice car. He may be driving the old 2005
Sentra. It can be intimidating. Like, what do I have to offer?
What do I have? Yeah,
right.
And so
that part can be intimidating.
That can be intimidating, right? I'll say this but the thing is, women aren't really looking at that dude. You know what I'm saying? In terms of who they're looking for commitment, right? Women
I wouldn't say that.
Like you said, women want someone to meet them where they're at, right?
Right, but meeting them where they're at mentally. Because a woman will always hold her partner up. So she can be making, let's just say, we'll go with the $80,000 ballpark figure, right? Yeah. And he can be making $50,000. But if he is making $50,000 and he's living on his own, he has his own car, he has his own house, that means mentally they're meeting each other at the table together. Where the disconnect is, we're making $80,000 together. He's making $80,000. I'm making $80,000. He's making $80,000, and he's living in an apartment or a house with his friend. He does have a car, but he's not willing to take the steps to move out on his own, to be independent, because then at that point you're not an independent man in my eyes. You're codependent on this person that you're living with. So how can you match me where I'm at if I'm independent and you're still codependent on this roommate you have? We can't be one and the same, because we can make the same amount of money, but your mindset is different from mine because I'm independent. I don't want to have a roommate. I want to be able to bring whoever to the house and be able to say, okay, you know what? This is mine. Yeah. Versus it being ours. Oh, I have a roommate. You know, we both making $80,000. We saving on money. A woman's mindset isn't that. A woman's mindset is to now have her own. Be independent. Cut the cord from her parents to show them that, you know, she can be this woman and she just wants a man to meet her with the same mindset. That's a maturity level, actually.
I'm with you, but also I think we do need to recognize the fact that when, you know, a woman making $80,000 looking at a guy making $40,000, $50,000, if he doesn't, save for the word ambition, right, is not necessarily taking that guy incredibly seriously.
I wouldn't say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like they can, and like they can take them seriously for a bit, provided he shows again the ambition, right? Ambition, their goals. But ambition is a key word for saying he not going to always be here. He can be better in the future with my support, and he'll make more, and he'll be better in the future. Mentally, financially, whatever, right? But he's not going to be at the same level in 2-3 years. Problem is a lot of times,
forever.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of times girls get in relationships. They doing well, and they get with a guy who's kind of bummy, roommate situation, not really doing all that much. But they see that he's got potential, he's got ambition. Sometimes he do, sometimes he don't.
Right.
But the question is, how long will you stick around for that? How long you stick around for ambition and potential to pay out? Is it 6 months?
Yeah.
Is it 6 years? Because we have seen women wait 6 months. That's fine. That's a season. But you wait 6 years. Now you done invested your whole 20s into this man that done hold the payout for ambition, and it didn't.
You want to know the crazy thing? So ambition isn't even like the issue either. Okay, so. When I was living in Baltimore, I had just moved to Baltimore, and you know, Baltimore's sketchy. So I had
niggas can't ever just say I was in Baltimore.
Right.
They gotta represent.
You know, it gotta be.
Amber has the best.
Man, Baltimore is wild. Like, I don't know why people live there. But when I moved there, like I didn't know too much about the city except for like what I, toured around and stuff. So I did do the roommate situation for like short-term lease while I tried to figure out where I wanted to live in Baltimore and stuff, which ended up being nowhere in Baltimore. And so I had a roommate. And my roommate, cool. He was cool as shit, right?
You had a guy roommate.
I had a guy roommate and a female roommate.
Okay.
And the guy roommate, he was like the property manager. It was like his best friend's house.
Oh, got it.
And so he lived there for like 10 years, right? 10 years he's been doing this roommate thing. And mind you, he was about like 37, I believe. And he had a great job. He was like the director at his job, great pay. And so obviously there's some ambition there for him to keep climbing up the ladder. And he just would not grow up enough to like, he already had told me, because like when I was, I told him, obviously it's short term and everything. And he was like, you're going to get your own place? He was like, but aren't you going to be like bored? Like, what do you do? And like he was just very like confused about like people,
why you wanted your own
why
place.
People would want to live like by themselves. And he was like, but you don't get to like save a lot of money. And I was just like,
mindset.
are you gonna be like, you and me in this house having roommates like forever, bruh? Like forever.
Yeah.
And so, like, he had the ambition, he had the job, he had,
he had everything. He just didn't want it. And that's why I say
the mindset.
It's a mindset, because it's something that you have to want for yourself. You have to want, as a man, to not be dependent on somebody else. Like, independent women grow up knowing that, of course I'm going to find a man. Of course there is going to be somebody out there who is going to want to marry me and going to want me to be submissive to them. But in the midst of that, we grow our independence. And our independence comes from our parents. Like, it's cutting the cord from our parents, showing our parents we can do it on our own. So it's a mindset for us. Like, where's your mind has to meet my mind, basically.
Yeah. Quick question. So we'll be talking about this. I'm just kind of listening and picking up some stuff. Back to like the little 6 signs or whatever of an independent woman. My question is, like, I hear everything that y'all saying, right? And this is gonna be like a multi-question thing right now. So one, because we talk about intimidating, but what do you all think about as far as guys reverse the roles?
Right.
A guy that's making 6 figures dating a woman that's 40,000.
It happens more often than you.
And well, I know it happens.
That happens all the time.
My point is, because you all just basically just proved it, that men are far more accepting of women that are less socially immature than they are. A man that's making that will accept a woman that's not mentally or mature, emotionally mature, or financially at a certain level, versus women who y'all literally said, like, we just won't even deal with it. Is that really intimidation at that point? Because if the roles are reversed, men are basically, that's what we're being told, not being told, but that's literally what men are doing most of the time. If you consider yourself a high value man, or you're a guy that's, operating within his purpose, but you are dating, typically men that's making that type of money don't even look to women that's making 100,000 because of the independent woman mindset. We didn't even talk about get into it, but it was number 2 on the list was independent women are less emotionally dependent.
I agree.
And
I agree 120%.
And if you go,
I was that woman, so I definitely agree with that.
And if you go into the quick little synopsis of it, it literally said, now this is written by a woman, mind you, right? I believe so. Right?
Right. That's why I said I used to be all of those.
Real quick.
I completely understand that.
And that's why I'm saying, look, it says, while it's nice to hear those sweet things as far as affirmations and you're beautiful and the compliments, while it's nice to hear those things from men, we don't need to hear those things from you all because we already know.
Right.
See, is that intimidation at that point, or is that arrogance? Because you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
you can't be confident.
No. And that's what Nick
listen.
was saying initially. He's like, we're not talking about confidence, but for a woman that is successful and that's independent to say we don't need
Would you ever wanna hear
positive
your partner-
affirmation from the opposite sex, does that not sound more arrogant than confident?
I would want to say.
Yeah. Would you ever want to hear your partner say, "I don't need you"? Would you ever want to hear that from someone? "I don't need you."
No,
that sounds gross to me.
I don't need
Like,
you to
it's, "I
tell
don't
me
need
I'm
you."
beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
what?
need you to do. I don't need you to do this. I don't need you to do that. That sounds like even though we're phrasing it as a men and women, women hearing that from men. If your man said, "I don't need you," you'd be like,
What am I here for?
What the fuck you do? Who the fuck are you?
So put
That sounds gross.
you said
It does.
reverse the roles, right?
Yeah, it sounds
Right.
arrogant.
The men, right, who get into the relationships with these women, right? We're talking about high value men, right? Most high value men date women who are undervalued to them, right? And the reason for that being is because they can bump heads, right? And I'm saying bump heads in the sense that she already knows what she wants, he already knows what he wants. So it's an alpha male and an alpha female type of thing. So when you do see alpha male and an alpha female together, they're a power couple because where he lacks, she picks up, and where she lacks, he picks up. So for a lot of, I'm gonna say it, for a lot of high value men, they don't want a woman like that. They want a yes woman. They want a woman to
disagree with that completely.
the reason
Disagree.
why I'm going to say that is, and when I say yes, I mean yes, she has a job. Yes, she is making money. But at the same time, he wants somebody to be home when he gets home. He wants somebody to be able to cook when he is cooking. He doesn't want somebody to be out working the long hours like he works, because he wants a partner, but he wants a partner who meets him where he's at. Sometimes a high value man's mindset might be, okay, I am independent. I do have this extra money. I do have money to spend on my wife, right? Most high value men, if you look at their wife, whoever their wife may be, and you look at their status, the wife's status was lower when they met.
Yeah. So I'll say this, right?
Right? So to me, that is I don't want to say that, but it's a different mindset for a man. Again, a man wants to feel needed, right? Well, an independent woman doesn't have to feel needed, which is why she would say, I don't need you. I want you to meet me where I'm at. I want you to understand that I don't need you, but I want you. There is a difference. So for a high value man who is dating a woman of a lesser status, she in his mindset, she needs me. And this is where the intimidating thing comes in, because although I don't need you, I want you.
So this is what it is, right? It's not that a man needs to feel needed in like a financial capacity. Well, I'll say this again: it's just not complimentary. We talked about the long table thing, right? We like, if I got a table and you got a table, now we just got a long ass table.
But why
ain't
can't
no
our
food on
tables
that.
come together though?
No, but there ain't no food on that motherfucker.
But why though? And see, that's the thing. I want to know why we can't have
because
the table together.
Here's for the last 100,000 years of human existence, right? It was, I make a table, you bring the food.
Right.
I make a table, you bring the food.
Right.
Now it's, I make a table, you make a table, and now we just got two long ass tables. Didn't nobody spend no time.
We're bumping head on who making food.
It's not that you didn't spend time crafting a table. You spent time. You cut that shit. You built it. But now, thank you. We just hungry.
No, because I think you can be. I don't agree with that, because I've been in a relationship where we both had a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
And we both came to the table together, and this is what we agreed on. Like, I've been in a relationship
You
where
can do
we
it.
both made a significant amount of money, and we have been a power couple together because our statuses was the same. But in order for a woman, an independent woman, I don't want to necessarily say dumb down herself, but bring her status to where she is complimentary to a man, he has to be willing to do those things that you're saying. He bought his table, I bought my table, but guess what? my table became shorter because now he's
Yeah.
in the picture.
Yeah.
So, and as an independent woman, because I have been a complete independent
Yeah.
woman. When I first got in my relationship, I was an independent woman, and I heard that phrase a lot.
Yeah.
You so independent, you don't want nobody to do nothing for you. No, because in my mind, I have done it so long by myself. I'm now accustomed to being an independent woman. So it's going to take a real man to make me not want to be independent, which means I'm still going to be codependent on you. So when you see those men who have roommates and stuff like that, you're still codependent on this
Yeah.
roommate. So we're not the same.
Yeah.
We are not the same.
But that's not the guy we're talking about. We're talking about like, so just for clarification, like, I am someone who I've done pretty well for myself. I
agree.
I come from a decent family. My family's done well for themselves, and I'm in the point where I am doing very well for myself financially, emotionally, spiritually, in a whole bunch of aspects.
Right.
I am blessed.
Right.
That's all I can say. I'm blessed, right? And so what I'll say to this is, like, again, I think the problem with, I don't think it's a problem, but what I think the viewpoint is that what women don't understand is that men don't value the table. Men value the meal. All right? Women value the table, right? And what all of what second wave feminism was about was women being able to have their own table. You wanted to go to school, go to school. You want a job, you get a job. You want to work, you want to work.
You know where that came from, though, right?
Yeah. Huh?
You know where that came from? The feminism part, and then wanting to have their own and do their own. It came from men.
Yeah, it came
saying,
from
you know what?
men having the power, men having the table.
Exactly.
Right? And women said, I don't like the fact that I don't have any agency in terms of him having the table. I'm making the food, but if he rips the table out from under me,
I don't have nothing.
now all my food's on the floor,
Right.
right? And so what women did for the last 60 years said, I'm gonna build my own table,
Right.
And then yeah, it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna have my own table, right? But and then we tried this thing where it's like, oh well, so naturally you would say, oh well, as a man, I'll just bring the food, right? That's fine.
Yeah, well,
you ask
that's
any man's okay with being a stay-at-home dad.
This metaphor is kicking my ass, by the way.
Sorry. Men. If you ask any man, men would love to be at home with their children all day long and
Like
love to just
stay-at-home
cook
dad.
and just
And
do
I
nothing.
think
And
now
so-
the roles have absolutely reversed. Because if you look at statistics now, there is a lot of dads who are stay-at-home dads versus the mom being stay-at-home moms. For one of two reasons. One, the mom can go out and make extra money and still, because a woman knows how to juggle her life.
Yeah, but the problem is women don't respect men who bring the food to the table.
I don't think so.
Women,
I wouldn't say that.
No, women don't
I wouldn't
respect.
say that.
Women,
That's tough.
women,
I wouldn't say
women
that.
are not attracted and do not respect and are not sexually attracted to men who bring food to the table. If I went on
food?
dates and
Just being a stay-at-home dad.
look, if I told women
That's a bum.
That's the whole
That's
point.
it. That's the whole
And that's what
point.
we're saying.
I wouldn't say that necessarily.
Yeah, if
'cause
you make your own money,
No.
you make your own money, right? You said you made your own money. You were very
if you were
independent,
working
right?
before the kids, and
But-
then like I make more, or even if you make more, I don't give a fuck. Like, who wants to stay home with the kid? We'll play the the me game.
No, I won't say
That'd
that.
be
So
fine with
I
me.
have we have switched roles. Like,
You switch roles.
I have, because I have been, of course, I was in the service.
Yeah.
So when
It's a whole different type of woman.
it's a whole different, ball game. So when I started dating and I found a guy that I really liked, I was out of the house a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I would be gone, like, I was in school, I was working, and I was a full-time mom. So
It's a lot.
of course, let's just say, he was working and I was working, right? But he would get up before or after I got up, and he would be home before I got home because, again, I was working and I was in school. So there was that stay-at-home, well, I wouldn't necessarily say stay-at-home dad, but there was, the roles were reversed because before, a man would go to school, he would work. It worked perfect for me and my partner. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't work for everybody. I didn't mind it because I knew what our partnership and we were growing together.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily call him a bum because I knew what it was. Like, when we got into the relationship, both of us were very independent. We both have our own car. We both had our own house. We were in a relationship. I mean, when we got in a relationship, it was, okay, this is what we're moving towards. He knew where I stood. I knew where he stood. he wasn't a bum for that because at that point it became a partnership. So no, you're not a bum in that sense because then it becomes a partnership.
Yeah.
He is your partner. You guys are working together to come to a common goal. He's not a bum. But the man who intentionally in his mind is like, what do you call him? A gold digger, a gold digger. You know what I'm saying?
It's a homosexual. A homosexual.
Is that what we call him?
A homosexual. A homosexual.
So they're
Called a homosexual.
A homosexual.
I didn't know that's what it was called neither.
Yeah.
But their
Yeah.
whole
You
intent
sling
is to
dick
be
for some rent.
right. Is to be with somebody with the notion that they
This
don't
is
have to do
hilarious.
shit. That is a bum ass.
Okay,
nigga to
that's
me.
a bum nigga. I thought you
Yeah.
mean like just a stay at home dad because I'm like no, because
No,
but
somebody
see-
gotta stay at home
with
dad
the
because
kids.
then that's a partnership. You guys are working
See,
together.
I
If
don't trust these daycares.
Also,
Right.
Well, here's what I'll say.
if you right now, right, there are multiple women who make multiple streams of income, right?
Yeah,
And
of
she
course.
might have to fly out, and they're married, but that might not be how their relationship started. They might have both, been making a substantial amount of money. She's making more, and so they both decided together that he's going to be the one to stay home because she's making more money, and it's
Yeah.
costing him more to have a sitter. That's not a bum nigga. That's you working together
Yeah.
with your partner.
Yeah,
A bum nigga is going into the relationship with the notion that I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad and you gonna go ahead and go to work.
Nah.
That means I'm putting all the pressure off on you and you don't give a fuck how I feel because I'm going to be making the money. No, that's a bum ass nigga to me.
But see, that's also the deal that men have signed up for a millennium for tens of thousands.
millennium.
We are totally okay with y'all being bum ass niggas at home taking care of the kids. We are so cool with
I
that.
mean, but
I can't even
women-
tell you how cool we are with that.
I mean, because
I don't
here's the
like
thing.
that.
Here,
That's not
hold up,
cool.
because like
I'm
you
old
just
school,
said,
though.
but like you just said, it depends on the relationship and how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is why, like, when they talk to like high value men versus high value women, which is it's not even just about money. It's like more so of a mindset. But we're
Right.
just talking about making a lot of money right now because that's kind of the bulk of the conversation.
it's the tangible asset.
It's
Yeah.
the thing is like
Absolutely.
men typically just want like the number one thing that men want like is cooperation.
Yeah,
Period.
and peace.
You know what I'm saying? Like peace, cooperation. And a lot of times what a lot of men have experienced from certain independent women is that they're not the most cooperative because they tend to be bullheaded because they had to be
At
for
work.
so long to get to where they were. You know, or where they are, I should say. I'm sorry. So there becomes a disconnect there. You know what I'm saying? In the household, which it can definitely work. You know, we see power couples all the time, women on their purpose, men, and if they come together, but a lot of times, like those alpha women, they will definitely become a lot softer for the right man.
Right.
And they
Yeah,
will
but-
take
They
those
would.
But if you
steps
start,
back.
but like but the thing is like if you're spending all that if you're spending all that time in that masculine frame and in that masculine energy at work, that
it's
can
hard to
transfer
come-
to the home. Like one of the girls I've dated, she works project management and construction, right? So spending all day
A lot of
dudes,
time.
a lot of time with
Wow.
dudes, telling dudes what to do. On our second date, I was like, yo, your energy right now is so masculine that and you're kind of out of pocket. And she was like, and it like, lucky for her, she has a good head on her shoulders. She was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even realize it. But that's the thing is
Right.
when you spend so much time. Imagine if a man spent 8 hours a day getting his nails painted
would
and
be
taking care of
feminine.
children, right? Yeah, and then came home. It was like, oh, had to man up on the way in the door, right? And then he slipped, like just slipped for a second. You would lose you.
Why is that how he slipped up?
I would say, but if he came through like real men, like real feminine and like soft, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Real
I don't-
soft.
It wouldn't you all wouldn't date a dude
Yeah.
that was feminine. Like
I
he
cannot.
has to have
He has
like
to be
that
masculine,
masculine.
absolutely.
Yeah, masculine.
And it ain't
Yeah.
mean like he going out there beating up everybody, but you got to know that when you with him, there's that level of
But I
comfort,
would say-
protection.
I would
You
say
know
the
what I'm saying?
masculinity in women or the bullheadedness, as you guys would say, in women comes from a lot of disappointment too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of independent women have definitely, absolutely been disappointed by men in their lives. So that is the main reason why they have become independent because they can no longer feel as though they can be dependent on the man. So
But,
their mindset, and this is why I say the mindset becomes different because no, you can't tell her that, oh, I need you to do this and I want you to do this and I want you to do that. Her reaction, because she's been hurt or let down so many times, is, hey, listen, listen, if you need me to do this, what are you going to do for me? Oh, I can't see it. Hold on.
Darnell says
It's all good. Go ahead.
boiling water softens the potato but hardens the egg right.
So I posted that the other day.
No,
right?
it's true.
But I did. So, but it is true because I can be hard, right? Super hard. But when you meet the right person, and this goes back to what I said, when you have two people who are making a good amount of money together, they both have the table. They come to the table with a common goal. So now both of these people are bringing food to the table. Both of these people are bringing silverware to the table. Both of these people are now in a position where they can be soft with each other. And I'm not saying soft is losing his masculinity.
No, I get what
I'm
you're
saying soft is
as
being
open
with his spouse.
Sharing,
and this is what Darnell is saying, because of course, if you don't know, Darnell is definitely my husband. Shout out to Darnell. So when we came to our tables together, Darnell was making a great amount of money. Okay, a good amount of money, and I was making a great amount of money. But I was also independent, very independent, independent to the point where he had told me a couple of times, "Hey, listen, I need to break down these walls because your exterior is so hard. It's hard for you to let people in." But I had to tell him, "Hey, listen, I'm independent the way I'm independent because I have been let down so many times." And so that builds for women nowadays, right? Especially with them being independent women and the way men are in this millennium, it's very hard for her not to be independent because she sees the caliber of men there are. So she doesn't want to accept just anything person.
No, and she shouldn't. But here's the problem, though, is that like what we shout out Darnell, she right facts, she's not wrong. But this is the problem, is that like the result, like the reason that we even have this sort of like dating mess that exists today is because of the sort of like sexual liberation movement in the 60s and 70s.
I don't think so. I don't think
No,
so.
no,
Still,
it is. Look,
if you look at it,
think about what you think about when you see movies from the 40s and 50s. Is teens on dates? You know, maybe a little make out point. This was not a thing this was not a thing 80 years ago. This was not a thing 90 years ago. My grandma wasn't out just hot girl summering at 23.
Right,
she was married she was married with children.
The world is kind of like, I mean, you didn't have technology back then.
Yeah,
you didn't have
but that's
the openness of the world, because now, I mean, we're talking about, you're saying like, let's just go back to the 1980s, okay?
Okay, we'll go to the 80s.
In the 80s, they had, what the hell is it called? The little shit that they have in California with the Weed Fest. You know, they had like festivals and stuff.
About
Woodstock.
Woodstock. There you go, Woodstock. They had Woodstock.
That's the 70s. But
whatever. They had Woodstock, and then they had like summer jams and stuff like that. Let's go to the 90s. Even in the 90s, there were, the culture has now become, it's more so, it's okay for a man to date multiple women. When back in those days, you dated this woman and that was your wife, and that was it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, when you talk about women experiencing all this trauma, all this sort of emotional trauma,
right?
Not to mention sexual trauma, but
right.
just emotional trauma and the sort of like the turmoil of going through relationships and
right.
serious relationships. If you look at like how things, like how the traditional version of things are scheduled, right, is that a man lives under her mother and father, under their roof. Maybe she attends school, maybe she doesn't, right? And then once she becomes of age, she is then passed to her husband. A man doesn't come in and just you're not meeting on Hinge and Bumble and start dating willy-nilly. Right. A man walks up to your father and says, "Hey, I've seen your daughter around town. I think she's I think I like her. I think I'm attracted to her. Can I is it possible for me to date her?" And y'all work something out there. Because what happens is, this is what happens when you start dating outside of provision and protection, is that trauma can occur.
Yeah,
you need the men.
Absolutely.
The men of the family are there to verify that the men coming to approach the women in the family come correctly. And here's the other thing, is that when you talk about that, there is retribution for not coming correctly. If you're a man, if
I would agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a man, I have a daughter, right? Or if Dev has a daughter, right? Yeah. You have a daughter, right?
I have
right.
a daughter.
Dev, let's say some boy comes up to you. He says, like let's say we live in the same neighborhood. Some boy comes, he says, "Hey, I like your daughter, right? I want to take her out, right?" You're like, okay, young pup, I appreciate you coming up here. Take her out. Let's find out that she comes home crying, "Oh,
It's gonna be hell to pay.
Derek touched me and I didn't. We gonna kill that nigga.
It's gonna be a problem.
We gonna kill that nigga right now.
As you should.
That's what dating inside the confines of a traditional setting gets you.
Right,
right
but
now
we're talking about traditional.
No,
and most.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even gonna say most. So when we were growing up, right?
Yeah.
I grew up different, but most of my friends had. It was a 2-parent household, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say when I lived, because my mom moved on up like the Jeffersons, right? She did.
To the east side?
She definitely did. But when I lived in like Capitol Heights and District Heights, most of those women were single mothers, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't see it until, of course, we moved to Clinton, that these people were 2-parent households. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different atmosphere.
Yeah,
so
that's
when you're
interesting.
growing up in a single-parent household, of course, that woman's structure and mindset is to mimic what she saw growing up. So if she saw an independent woman, of course she's going to want to be independent.
Exactly.
Now, for me, I got both sides. So I did grow up. My mom was a single mother. My dad passed away when I was really young. So I grew up with a single mother. But I grew up around a lot of strong Black women. My grandparents were married for a very long time. That's a tricky story. But they were married for a very long time. So I saw successful
Black relationships.
Like my uncle and my aunt had been married. They had been married since they were in their teens. They got like 40 years in. So I've seen successful relationships, but they still held that strong independent status because in their mind they never wanted the thought of the notion to be left with nothing.
Yeah.
Like as a woman to be left with nothing, and you see it all the time. I did this. What is the name of the movie? Wait Until Exhale. She was with her husband for I don't know how many years.
See, that's
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Real quick.
Like, wait a minute. She was with her
It's so
husband for
crazy
all
how
this
much-
time,
it's
and
so-
she left them with nothing. Like, and then she had no choice but to become an independent woman. Like
It's so-
situations like that. Like,
All right. Hey,
that's
look, hold on,
Crazy how much
real
weight to
quick.
get 2XL in the color purple.
Yeah, look, how Stella got her grooves back in
so
the. We not
crazy.
look.
I'm just saying.
We not about we not about to get into Hollywood's just perversion
I'm just
of
saying-
relationships and black. No, hold on, chill, because we've been cooking on this jump for a good little while, right? We get it. There's differences in opinion. We get it, right? Independent women. Real quick question. Go around the room. Then we got to move on to the next jump. Real quick. Independent women. Yes or no? Are they sometimes difficult to deal with? Can they be difficult? Yes or no?
Yeah, they can.
Kiana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's a solid consensus
Yeah.
on it. It can
And
be.
you start trying to deal with difficulty. That's really all it is.
And it's
Well, women
definitely
don't want to deal with difficult neither because
But-
there's definitely
but-
difficult independent men out there.
but-
that's
Definitely.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
And
no, yeah, go ahead.
I will say because like we was talking about something. Somebody brought up something earlier today. And we was talking about like someone said something about sexual liberation and stuff like that, right? How like
Nick?
sexual
Nick?
liberation,
Oh, I
like
think I always talk
as
about
far as
sexual
women.
liberation.
I am.
No, no, it was Nick. Okay, all right, look.
It was Nick.
And we talk about. I know what Nick was alluded to as far as like the 50s and 60s when birth control and things like that started
Yeah.
coming up, and then that's when we started to see like the marriage rate, divorce rate rising, the marriage rate declining, and there was like literally like a they were polar opposites.
Right.
One of the biggest things that came from that era was the dependence of women grew as far as the social programs that the government was offering, right? That started to go up as well.
Yeah.
And one of those very prevalent programs is child support. And how that's just, we see it all the time in social
deserve
media.
it. We deserve it though.
Look, we're not going to
Why
talk
you
about
such a
who
deep-
deserve what and this and
Yes.
that. You know what I'm saying? We can get into that, but like that leads us to this next topic when it comes to child support and men providing for,
do you do
200K a month.
look. And,
That's you know what? That is she bagged him. I ain't even gonna
and-
lie.
What's
Like,
the sound on the soundboard? The zoom, zoom, zoom.
zoom, zoom, zooms.
That is all I want to do is zoom, and yeah, boom, boom.
and that's how he ended up on child support.
Hey, that's what-
That's how they ended up on
That's
child
what-
support.
Oh
But,
my God.
Look, so if y'all don't know, man, I think we might have alluded to it last week, but wait, Leslie, right?
Hey, Leslie said, "If you're an independent woman, why are you getting married?"
Just a
Leslie,
thought. Just a
Leslie,
thought.
all men are asking the same question.
So
You're
look,
independent. Be independent. Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah,
You
I
go
mean,
be independent.
and we see
Independent
that.
mean you by yourself. So
we see that, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of 70% of women of color won't get married, you know what I'm saying?
75%.
Yeah, so
One in four.
there's a lot of studies that kind of speaks to the correlation between the two.
I'm all about having your own financial freedom in a relationship.
Nothing
and
wrong.
not being dependent on your spouse.
Yeah, I don't-
Hold on.
We're speaking to the attitude that comes with it.
See, look, Leslie done
that's not what the
derailed this.
question was, though. The question was, I can't see because I'm blind.
If you're an independent woman, why are you getting married just to thought? Why can't you be an independent woman and get married?
No, what no one's
If you
saying
want
it's
to be
just
independent with your, first of all, you're two separate individuals. You're your own people. So yeah, I want to be independent with my money. I want to have my own financial freedoms.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be dependent on my spouse. Like, oh, can you give me $200 today to buy groceries? No, like the fuck. And
I'm
or
with
like,
you.
can I have money to buy clothes? Like that's crazy. No, I want to have my own. Like I don't want to be dependent on somebody for money. And then like on top of that, like last week y'all were talking about like happiness and stuff, and how happiness is about self, and like other people can't make you happy.
That's true.
So yeah, I want to be independent on
My own happiness. I'm with
And
that.
look,
like self.
again, nothing wrong with that. No disagreements. I agree. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
listen,
It's nothing wrong with it.
It's not flawed logic. It's just not.
It's just
It's just not-
what works. Well, look, every situation, every relationship is different.
And we all are clear that it's something Nick does not want.
It can and can't work. But back to
wait, what doing?
Next
Ho,
time-
ho, 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 ho,
I got shots.
hold
on.
on, hold on, no, hey, look, hold on, hold on, hey, hold on, because we're going backwards and we're not. The
Oh, yeah,
train
we're
is
going
not.
forward.
The train,
Hey, Dev, give me 30 seconds.
Because
Just give me 30 seconds.
what's going to happen? What's going to end up happening is that train gonna roll backwards. We're gonna pull back in that station. Then we're gonna spend another
Okay,
10
we'll
minutes.
save it for the B-side.
Yeah, B-sides, we're going to wrap that up.
I
Patreon
love you,
content.
though,
Shout out
I
to
really
us.
do.
Look,
I do.
but real quick, because we talking about, my little transition was nice too. And y'all just derailed my little
are you
transition.
married? Leslie, are you trying to get married? Leslie, I'm single, to be honest. Leslie, what's up with you?
But look, we talk about social programs. We're talking about child support. And where we were going was the young cat, PJ Washington, the young brother that just made it to the NBA. Got hooked, line, and sunk by he got him.
She got
by
him
what's her
good.
name? Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner. Like
She got him. It was a dupe. No, hands down, it was a dupe.
Scooby Doo. Like she
It was a
got
dupe.
him.
She got him.
Scoopity doop. Scoopity poopity
But they
poop.
out here, and I mean the 200K may be a little inflated.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
it's a lot.
But either way,
But in whatever state it is, it goes off your income. So whatever his income is, that's what it is. And no, it might not be fair and just, but that's the way the system works. The system. I mean, I watched this female judge on YouTube. She's a black woman. I can't. LaShonda might be her name, but she's just she's a child support judge. And the people who come in her courtroom, it's men and women. And women and women and men and men. But the justice system is the way, it happens.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, it happens, but it works off of whatever your income is. So the child support is based off your income. So when people look at these women who get these outrageous amounts of money for child support, guess what? That's what his income is.
He makes an outrageous amount of money.
He makes an outrageous amount of money.
PJ Washington makes like $5.6 million a year.
Right.
200K
that's
a month is like $2.4 million
a year.
That's half his money to take care of.
That's why Devin said he thinks it's inflated. Like I don't think it's actually 200,000. They don't have any. Like,
Yeah.
They might, but
I don't think it was.
The 200,000
200.
might be like it might include like the health insurance. It might include life insurance. You know, I'm telling you, like when I watched this child support court lady on, I can't think of whatever her name is. She adds all of that into the total sum of what the child support is for the month. So let's just say the mom, Brittany or whatever, she has the life insurance or the health insurance for the child. However much the health insurance is, it's split between the cost of her and the child. So that might be included in the child support as well.
Well, I think he
Health
did
insurance
come
about
on. And
$500 a month for two people. It ain't
He
$200,000.
called it was.
He might be off by about $199K
So,
there.
if I'm not mistaken, he did call cap on the 200K. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it's
okay, thank God.
definitely
But I'm just saying
less
the reason
than
why
200K.
he got duped. Straight, period.
Yeah,
Like she did him so dirty. It's not even funny because she knew what he was going to be, and she played off of that. And by her being an older woman, it was kind of selfish of her to do some shit like that. But that's what happens when you have a young boy. Right? It's a predator, and it's no different from a male predator and a female predator in my eyes.
Well, it's not the same.
It's no different.
She preyed on.
Well, how is it the same with an older man with a younger? Well, no, I'm saying like, as long as she's of age. How was it?
Of age. He was 17 and she was like 26.
She was pulling up the games when he was 17.
Right.
I mean, he was still at the
predatory.
University.
Right.
of,
Out there
There's no way because
scouting him
if it
out.
was a 17-year-old female and a 26-year-old male, he would be considered a predator. So why isn't she considered a predator? Because she is female. This is the stereotype that we have in the
well,
world
it's a
today.
double standard.
Right. So if I was his mama, right, and I'm petty like that, her ass would be going to jail for statutory rape. You raped my child. And now you want money for this child that came out of this statutory rape.
Yeah.
We're going to call a spade a spade. It was statutory rape.
And he can't even see his son, by the way.
And
That's
he can't see his son.
we're not going to call it statutory rape.
Why?
We're not going to throw allegations out there because there are a lot of states where 16 is
It's
the age of
consensual.
consent.
Yeah, okay.
So it
That is
could
true.
very well, and I'm pretty
Either
sure he went to
way-
school in Kentucky.
It's disgusting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You probably allowed to fuck at 13 in Kentucky.
Yeah, so you know what I'm
But
saying.
I'm just saying, like, for me, like if it was my child, 17,
See.
a boy, and this woman hung on to him because she knew what his status might become, it would be a problem for me as a mom the same way it would be a problem for you guys if it was a girl and her dad. But that's just me. I mean, I'm not. But for men, it is like I got this shorty. She's 25. You know, she coming to my game. She coming to see me.
It's a badge of honor.
Right. It's a badge of honor.
Especially at 17.
So now
course.
you
Especially at
wearing
17.
your badge of honor because you didn't got her pregnant. And now you got to
mean,
take care of this kid. But I don't
you
think
got
he was 17 when he got her
No,
pregnant.
No,
this was
that's
recent.
like just like
As far as the
How old is
storyline
he
goes,
now?
I think he's
See, but
20.
he's like 22. He's
22,
22,
and
yeah.
she's like 28.
See, but
or
this
something
was
like
Ricky.
that.
Ricky said something. He said he was a grown ass man, and this is
That's
is
what
kind.
I was just.
That's the stigma. He wasn't grown because his mindset. So essentially, a
Yeah.
woman's mind is 3 years older than a man. That's what they tell you in the books, right? So she already
So
knew
older
he
than
was
that.
young.
And the
he was
human brain
young minded.
doesn't
She already knew
mature
that.
until like 25 or something.
Right, so
anyways.
she knew what she was doing. She knew what the hell she was doing.
But I think that in the sense of he's a grown ass man, I mean, if you first of all, if you grown to be out here fucking,
Right.
and you grown to be out here, you know, signing on to these big ass NBA contracts and doing all of this stuff, like you're a grown man now. Like you're grown enough to take care, like know.
You know
You
what can
know.
happen if we lay down and have sex.
Yeah, and like on top of that, like I mean, he might be like a little like special or a little slow
He
or
gotta
something.
be a little
He
something.
has to be because I know that there had to be like hundreds of people in his camp or even
Telling
outside of his
him
camp.
about old girl
said-
and
Real
Yep.
quick, and
Yeah,
it's funny that you say that, right? And I'm gonna here's why I'm going to dispel that.
dispel.
Okay, dispel that.
Okay.
It's not that you're wrong. It's not that you're wrong, but I'll always ask myself this question, and if I can't remember this industry rapper's name, I cannot remember him, but he literally spoke on that, and he was talking like he was alluding to he was alluding to Lori Harvey or whatever, you know, back when everything was like, whoa, Michael Jordan marrying her, Lori
Michael B.
B.
Jordan.
And she's been dating like all these different dudes
It's
in the
dating,
industry
though.
and blah blah. But
Yeah,
look,
it's just dating.
his point was he was like, look, he said, look at it this way, right? You with your mans, you know what I'm saying? Or you living this life, you know what I'm saying, as a rapper, as an NBA player, right? So you go up and you see that everybody got the Lambo. You ain't got a Lambo. But you see everybody riding that motherfucker and they making it look fun. They making it look good. And everybody getting the same Lambo. They all, at some point, at some point, you know what I'm saying, you're going to want to get your turn, even if you're not even serious about the jump. Because you see everybody else riding it and having a good time, you're going to want to try it out.
But
So
at the
to
same time,
this,
you already know, like what you know that niggas get caught up. know niggas get caught
But
up.
that's
So even
that's
if you
also
wanna ride the
that's
Lambo,
the
you
that's
know
the
that niggas
young,
get
that's the
caught up.
immature, because
Right.
the mature side of the things with a lot of industry dudes, dude, they don't. And not they don't, because we know a couple that's very fertile,
Very, very fertile.
right? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those guys, like, they hit it for a few months and then boom, they pass her on because they play the game. They're a little bit older. Versus a 17-year-old that's been dealing with shorty for 3-4 years.
Yeah, or even a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
they were dating since then?
He
I
was
thought-
in high school. He
I
was
thought she
in
just,
college.
Like scouting him out,
They
but
got
weren't
married.
dating.
They got married.
No, like, she's been with him since college, especially when it was like evident that he was going to be making it to the
I
NBA.
had no idea. It was
And
that
then
deep.
they got married,
Yeah.
and then baby pop,
And then they got a divorce.
divorced,
idea it
and
was
she
that
just
deep.
bounced,
Right.
and boom, hit her with child support, smacking his head, took the baby, can't see the baby, and he had his turn on the Lambo. He just shot up the club.
Yeah.
And she gamed him. She straight gamed him. And it is what it's not right. But that's the game you play, bro. Like, you stepped out there in that arena, like you said, you big and bad, you slanging and banging, shorty. And everyone probably was telling him, look, young, like, she's not it. That ain't it, bro. But he like, nah, man, it's my turn. And you know she's probably gaming him. No, you different, boo. Don't worry about all the
Don't worry about the whole book I wrote about
where she
finessing
talked about
niggas.
every person.
Don't-
That was just something to get me some bread to make it through my hard
I
times.
mean, none
Don't
of
worry
that.
about it. No. You different from that. Nigga, she talked about Drake, Cap, all these dudes. You think you're different.
Idiot.
And that's, like you said, his camp failed him. I think Ricky said that.
Austin said he was thinking with his dick, and he right. That's what happened.
He was.
He
fell in
was.
love. He got dickmatized. He fell in love.
True. No, it is what it is. Like
fell in love.
Ricky said, a D1 18-year-old man
Definitely.
ain't a regular
Yeah, Cap
He
18-year-old.
did player though.
Yeah,
He did
Cap
player.
made to
Yeah.
buy her own flight back.
Oh, he did. To and from. You got to fly to come see me get this dick.
Exactly.
And she did it.
That's embarrassing.
But look, when you operating at that level, dude, bro, I'm not. Who you think you playing right now? No, but again, 18-year-old dude isn't 31-year-old Cap.
Exactly.
So
she exactly, and that's why I said she knew what she was doing. So it's
Yeah.
a manipulation behind it for me. It's
Yeah,
definitely
right.
manipulation for me.
So you think she was like plotting it from jump?
I
Like
think
it was
so.
that was
I think
always.
at some point, the hype came around him and what he was gonna be and how he was gonna be, and she keened on the hype, and that was in their younger years, and then they might have like makeups and breakups or whatever throughout college or whatever, and then she bagged him. She was like, nah, this is what I want. We're going to get married. You know what I'm saying? I love you. You love me. And as an 18-year-old, do you really know, like, what the fuck love is? I mean, there are some people who do. Prime example, my uncle. They've been together for a very long time. But for a woman who was already in the industry like this, she knew what she was doing.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way nobody can tell me she didn't know what she was doing. She manipulated this young man into doing exactly what she wanted, and she got what she wanted out of it. So now she can sit on her ass for the rest of her life if she wants to, because he going to be making ducats.
And Fashion
got-
Nova ain't gonna be around forever.
Yes.
She got the bag. I mean, she definitely got the bag, and she secured it, I should say.
She definitely secured it. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I mean, and it.
But the
y'all
people
seen that
who
little
lose
video?
in like child support cases, and I really hate them, because the people who lose is the kids, because child support cases can get very ugly. They
Yeah,
can. And
child support and
children,
custody.
Like, in his situation, he's missing out on seeing the vital moments that he needs to see
Yeah,
with his
'cause he's not
son,
even allowed to see his
because
kid
he's
right
not
now.
even allowed to see him. Like, that sucks.
He
Oh,
said,
for
I had a
like what
situation
reason?
when I was in Georgia, right?
She just stopped.
This guy and this
the baby and bounced.
guy and this girl, we're gonna call them A and B. A and B were together, right? They were married. They ended up getting a divorce. A is the female, B is the male. Well, A had decided that she wasn't gonna let B see the baby anymore. So B
spiteful.
took it upon himself to say, hey, can I get the baby for a day? You know, I want to spend some time with him. A said, yeah, I'll let you get him for a day. That was the wrong answer. In Georgia, possession is 9/10 of the law. So if you have this baby and she wants the baby back, she now has to go through courts. And that's exactly what the hell happened. So because she refused to let him see her, when he got the baby, he refused to let her see the baby. Told her she had to take him to court.
Yeah.
They went to court, and he ended up with custody of that damn child.
Yep.
That's what being spiteful
Like,
gets you, man.
When you are,
That's what
I mean,
you
and it
get.
happens in child support cases because she figures, oh, he's making this amount of money, which she was making a significant amount of money. But because I'm only getting this much in child support, I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. Well, what is my child support going to? And it got to that point like, hey, I'm still giving you like an extra $2,000 a month. And my child support is an extra $1,500. What are you doing with my child support money for my kid? Because on top of, you know, you paying this child support, which is about, I want to say it was like $1,400. You're getting this extra money. But I'm still buying all of his clothes. I'm still buying all of his shoes. He's still staying at my house majority of the time. What are you doing with my child support money? That's when it becomes a question. And I understand when some women or some men question where their child support money is going, because when you see your kids are looking raggedy. Now, granted, I'm on the other side of the totem pole, so I'm about to play devil's advocate. When you have your child with you, yes, you are supposed to have their clothes and have their shoes or whatever the essentials they need for your house when they come to visit you. Me and my child's father have always been that way. If my daughter was going to her dad's house, she didn't have to take nothing from my house to go to her dad's house. He always had everything for her and vice versa. I feel like it should be that way in a great co-parenting relationship. I've been fortunate enough to have an amazing co-parent. But some women are so bitter about breakup that they turn to child support, and once they get the child support, they don't feel like the child support is enough, they use the child as a tool, and I freaking hate that with every bone in my body.
If you're a
Because
bitter
the
baby
child
mama out
is
there, chill
losing.
out.
I mean, and it's bitter baby daddies out there too.
Chill.
It's real bitter baby daddies out there too. So if the child is the only one losing out in this situation, like, what are we supposed to do? Child support is, I praise child support, although I don't get it. Child support is there for the support of the child. And then you get into question, well, what is your child support money supposed to go to? It's just supposed to go to the child. How the hell you figure? Because this child is in my house, I got an extra light bill. I got an extra mouth to feed. Yeah. I got an extra water bill. I got an extra electric bill. So the money that you're giving me is supposed to be used to go to that. Now I got to pay daycare. You giving me money for daycare? Oh, no, that got to come out your child support. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it a lot plays into the child support that I don't think people really look at or understand. Yeah. So, the child support, and that's why I say another thing, the most important thing is child support by the courts is based off of whatever the income is. I forgot whatever the percentage is. It depends on the state. But it's based off of what you are getting, what your annual income is. So whatever you get on your taxes for the previous year that you're filing, or whatever your pay stubs say that you're getting, they calculate that and make an annual assumption. And then they break it down to gross, and then they break it down to net. So whatever your net income is for the month, they break that down, and that's how much the child support is. So it's not necessarily, oh, this is what she asked for. If I'm taking you to court, it's because I don't believe I'm getting the support that I need from you. So if I'm not getting the support that I need from you, where else am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to continuously beg you to support the child? No, we're going to go to court. And we're going to let the courts decide how much I'm going to get. Yep. And if I don't get my money, it's going to be a problem.
Well, who does, Nick, who in your opinion does the system favor?
I mean, the system favors the system is supposed to favor the child, right? But a lot of times the system ends up benefiting women as a result of a parental system that's meant to put the child first, right? And so I was listening to this guy, Warren Farrell. Warren Farrell was actually on the board for the National Organization of Women back in like the 60s and 70s. Like, it was very much a part of like the early feminist movement to get women in schools and colleges. And then he ended up having some issues with them when it came to signings about divorce, right? So he, like, the National Organization for Women was basically like a board to try to pass legislation, right, to get get women in school, get women in colleges, get women in work, get women equal pay, all the good stuff, right? Things I don't think you can find a man on the planet that don't believe that if a woman's working the same job as a man, she shouldn't get paid the same. Right. I don't think you find that.
Right.
If a woman wants to go to school, she should be educated, right? So he was very much a proponent of this. Where he fell out of favor with the National Organization for Women is he's a psychologist, specifically a child psychologist, right? And he had done a bunch of studies that showed following divorce, parents still need I'm sorry, children still need both parents.
Absolutely.
Right? Children still need both
Yeah.
parents, right? But what happened in the 70s was you had a slew of divorces following the women's movement. Women saying, you know what, I don't like my husband anymore. I want to be free. I want to be liberated. I want to go out and do my thing, right? So that's great, right? But the problem is like if you're a woman and you've been married and now you have children, at what point does the child priorities take place over your own?
Yeah, I mean, and that happens I would absolutely 100% agree with you. That happens a lot in divorcees in child support versus them just being
around
into child support. And it's because I have been through a divorce. So I would tell you
it's
that
different.
It is definitely because once two people are married and then they get a divorce, the cloud has to thin out, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people go through a divorce and it is very hard on both parties involved.
Yeah.
So they have to figure out how to now co-parent after the divorce because the demise between the two of them was harsh. So now they have to figure out how to parent respectfully without the child feeling
so
the wrath.
And so what happened a lot in the 70s was we got the influx of no-fault divorce. And so what happened with that, and what part of what women wanted were women, they're single now, they're getting new boyfriends. Well, this whole women's movement would have been about freedom, right? So I don't want to be landlocked to having to be where my child's father is at, even though I've divorced them, right? Or where my ex-husband's at, even potentially abusive situations or whatnot, right? So what happened was women said, women said, I'm going to withdraw my contribution and withdraw from this organization if you're not pushing for the kind of legislation that allows us certain parental liberties with the children that may not be beneficial to the father and really are ultimately not beneficial to the children, right? So women want to move. They want to be free of movement. They want to move across country, move wherever with their kids, right? I
don't think that's fair.
But that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's the legislation.
It happens a lot, but for me mentally, I don't think that's fair because who benefits from that? Like honestly, I have thought about moving for years. Okay, now mind you, my daughter's father and I are not together, and we haven't been together since my daughter was born. Well, maybe a little bit after. So since she was maybe like a year or two, right? So when I moved back home with the notion that this would be easier for her because her father was here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted her because I was in the service and he was in the service as well. So he lived in California and I lived here. So to benefit her, we moved here, right? So every time I think about moving, I'm like, fuck this. I just want to move out of state. I want to move to the South. I think about her first. Like,
exactly.
How would that be for her? Like, she loves the fact that her dad doesn't live far from us now. She can call him. He can come pick her up. Like, she can see his family. She can spend time with his family. And so it makes my decision easier because I see the happiness of my child.
Yeah.
But a lot of women, and I'm going to say it like this, a lot of women move to benefit their children as well. So let's just say you have a woman who is in a job set, right?
Yeah.
And she gets a promotion, right? And now her promotion is out of state, right? So let's just say she's here in D.C., she gets a promotion in Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. So now you are choosing to better a life for your child in Atlanta or to stay here and live either beyond your means or under what you can afford when if you have the opportunity to move somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So that's to better a life for your child. So it's like a catch-22. You want to stay here for the emotional support of your child, but you know that if you move, you will have a better life. And I think a lot of dads, because their notion is, well, if my child goes, I won't be able to spend time with my child. But then that father has to understand that I'm moving to benefit the child. You're more than welcome to take the child until I get settled, but this has to be an agreement made between both parties. So if I'm moving, I'm not moving because it's just something I want to do and I just wake up in the morning and say, hey, I want to move. I don't want to live here no more. No, I'm moving to benefit the child. And I think that happens a lot with women, and that goes along with the independent women thing that we were talking about earlier. Moving to benefit the child, and although it might not benefit you now, it might benefit you later, because where I'm going, I might be able to get a better education for our child. Where I'm going, you know what I'm saying?
You got kids.
Yeah. No. It's just, I think you're alluding to exceptions. Majority, that's not the majority of women. Just straight up.
Yeah.
Majority of women aren't moving out of state or to a different state. Like, that's just not. There's only
because there's a better opportunity.
Yeah,
Majority of women are moving because
there's a small percentage of women that are getting like promotions and moving
just
for work.
happen. Yeah, and
that's just
it's
even in my situation, like with my oldest son, she didn't move because situations the work was better. Her family, a good portion of her family was in Tennessee.
Right, so she moved she can have the family support.
Yeah, but
that's still emotional support for your child.
Yeah, but
that's still growing up around
you're saying
family.
Yeah, see, that's how women make excuses for the things that well, it is, because if a man is forced in a situation where a kid is born to step up to the plate and to make ends meet and to provide it for wherever you are, he doesn't have that luxury to say, well, I'm just going to leave because I got family. Like if we're here together in Maryland and we have a kid and I decide, you know what, I'm going to leave and I'm going to move to New York because I got a better job up there, he's not going to be viewed as, oh, he's moved there for a better job. No, he's going to be a deadbeat because he's leaving the child's life. Even though by your explanation, he's getting a better paying job, which means could benefit the child later. No, but then on the flip side, you're saying that it's okay when a woman decides to take the child and leave to provide a better life if an opportunity arrives. Like, no, we don't give the same courtesies to men that we do women. It is. And so if you're going to have this kid, when it's talk about kids are
the priority.
Kids are the priority, and it's well known, it's a documented fact that kids do better when both parents are present, period.
Yeah.
So to take a child and oh yeah, appreciate that. Good look. To take a child and say, oh, well, I have a better opportunity in a different state, that's still selfish.
Yeah.
Because I have to make a choice and I have to make it happen wherever the child is if we're in that same area. But because you want to take the child and leave, your excuse now that I can't use is that you're doing to make the.
But see,
that's not how that works. It isn't fair.
And I completely understand. But did you hear me say, hey, listen, for a great co-parenting relationship, now I know this does not happen often at freaking all.
Very
it doesn't.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare.
But it's important for whoever you lay down to have a child with to understand that, hey, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Things happen in life. And so, like, I know my homeboy, right? His child's mother, they were married, so his ex-wife now lives in Alaska. Well, he has the child because she lives in Alaska. It worked for them. You know what I'm saying? That worked for them, for him to take the kid and live in Atlanta while she lived in Alaska and did her tour, because Alaska is considered an overseas tour, while she did an overseas tour in Alaska. So although she had to move, they together made the conscious decision that the child would stay in Atlanta. Now, mind you, before she moved to Alaska, she lived in Virginia, which means the child moved to Atlanta with him, and the mom moved to Alaska. Now, although she does come to visit the child, like, when she can, because she is in the service, clearly, that part of the relationship worked for them. I think what happens a lot of times, again, is one person is bitter when the situationship or the relationship ends. So they then don't know how to communicate with one another. And that goes back to what I said in the beginning. Pay attention to who you lay down and have kids with, because if you're paying child support, that means at some point you were lacking. Yep. And it goes for on both sides. Mom, because I know some women who pay child support. That means at some point you were lacking in your responsibilities.
Yep. Disagree.
I said
Disagree.
Some. I said
yeah,
some.
that's a small. That's still a small percentage though.
So.
A lot of women. Look.
Go ahead.
A lot of time, child support is just used as a tool of revenge, of spite. the percentage that you're in a parenting habitat and the mother or the father just isn't doing, that's small. There's not the vast majority of parents are contributing to their children's rearing or upbringing. A lot of times, the opposite parent, whoever's a non-custodial parent, does actively make it difficult for the other parent, and they will use certain avenues. Like, I've seen it all the time, not even just in my case. They will use certain things that's not happening because it isn't documented or isn't showed. And they'll say that, oh, well, since the child's been born for the last 2 years, he hasn't done anything because on paper, there's nothing, there's no trail. But the entire time, the brother or the mother has been present in that child's life on weekends, during the week.
But that's what I'm saying. That is the catch-22 side, because there are definitely bitter baby mamas who use that. And I said that in the very beginning. I said women tend to use child support as a tool, but then there are women who feel like they're not getting the support that they need, so they need to go to child support.
Yeah.
Or for sakes to shits and giggles, you decided that you needed government assistance, right? Mm-hmm. And I see this all the time. Women get on government assistance and they automatically have to put this man on child support because she's receiving government assistance. So that's how it happens a lot of times too. Not knowing, and the father, I'm going to say the father because I know most women who are on government assistance, you have to put the father on child support. It's not a want. Like, they tell you, like, you have to put the father on child support.
Because he's got to repay that.
Right, in order to receive government funding.
Yeah.
But
he has to repay it.
He does.
Yeah. I ain't know that.
Yeah. Whatever government assistance, food stamps, all that.
Hey, wrap it up.
That's
wrap
all
it up, y'all. Look,
into child support. You got to pay that back, or whatever.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, in those instances, when she goes for government assistance, it's like she's leaving the father with no choice but to do, right?
Yeah.
But that again comes with communication. Like, all right, you can. You know what I'm saying? A, B, and C. This is what I'm going to give you for child support, and we already got an agreement set in place. This is what I'm going to go to the courts and say, da-da-da-da-da. I know because I've been there, and I've definitely been in that situation. I never wanted child support. Never needed it because at the end of the day, hey, guess what? Anytime I need, anytime I ask, he's been there. Mm-hmm. Now, in some cases, you know what I'm saying, there are women who had to call 3 and 4 times. Hey, listen, I'm asking you to
happen.
I'm asking you to, you know what I'm saying, do this. I'm asking you to do that. Why do I have to ask you 3 and 4 times to do for our child? You know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of asking you for shit. I'm just going to go to child support for it. Like, that happens more times than none, because at some point, like, the women get tired of asking you for stuff, and you're disappointing them, and then you're disappointing your child, and then that goes with mental health when it deals with the kids. Like, I'm not going to force you, in my standpoint on child support has always been, I'm not going to force you to be a father if you don't want to be. I know I'm doing my part. So when your kids grow up and they see and they understand that you chose, it was a choice for you not to do your part, I can always stand 10 toes down and say, I did my part. Yep. I tried to make them a part of your life. I tried to do everything I could do as a parent to make sure they handle their responsibilities, but it doesn't always work out like that.
Does Veronica say? That says Veronica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that instance, the question should be, is the father doing his part? Because if he was, would the woman need government assistance? Exactly.
But stop.
I mean, she's still mad.
Listen. So we go take let's realistically look at the situation here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll offer a woman free money from the government, right? $1,000, $600, $7,000, $1,500. Free money. She get free $1,500 if she put this nigga that she already beefing with on child support for another $1,000. You told her she could double dip $2,500.
No, she won't double dip, because I think they take. I think child support takes a percentage of it, don't they?
Percentage of what?
Oh, the government takes a percentage of whatever the child support.
But you said they got to take.
But then they consider it a part of. I think that what happens is they'll then consider it a part of your income. So it's not necessarily whatever. Let's just say you're receiving benefits and you getting like $600 or something dollars.
Yeah.
Then they find out, the baby daddy or whatever. I'm not gonna say baby daddy. I'm gonna say the child's father is paying child support. So whatever he's paying in child support, it decreases the amount of government assistance she's getting because then she has that as income. You understand?
Not necessarily.
But I'm just saying that's the way I thought of it to work.
See,
so
she said the money don't go to her; it goes back to government. No, that's not how that works.
I think that is how it works.
Wait,
though.
wait.
I think in a sense it goes. That's why I said a portion.
Yeah,
a
because they
portion
got
of
it.
it.
But
You got it.
if you still scrape $400, $500 off
No,
a
but
month on some shit,
Yeah,
No, but
like look,
what I'm
if you
saying
getting
is,
if a guy is paying $700 and something in child support, right? And she's receiving government assistance, whether it's food stamps, whatever the case
let's
is.
call it $1,000.
Okay.
Let's call it.
She now
So-
has to consider that part of her income,
Yeah,
though.
but the thing
so
is,
it
though,
lowers the
they'll
amount that
yeah,
she would get in government
No,
assistance.
it only lowers her amount based off her tax bracket, which means she could also stop working theoretically.
I have received food stamps, and at one point in time, not Keon's father was on child support, right?
Yeah.
So when I was receiving the child support, and it was a substantial amount of money for child support, when I was receiving that child support, I then no longer qualified once I started receiving it for the government assistance because they then calculated that money into my income. So although I was receiving that money now, it became a part of what my total income was. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying,
So
but-
I couldn't double dip because then that became a part of my income.
Okay, but here, let's go through the scenario again. Let's say we'll say $1,000 a month for child support, $1,000 a month in government
That's
assistance.
not how it works, but we're gonna
But
go with it.
we'll just call them round. We'll just do round numbers, right? 1,000, right? And let's say if you like you said, if you work over, if your income is at a certain level, you no longer qualify for child support.
Right.
But what you also do is reduce your income. Let's say, and let's speak for a regular scenario here. Not that this is not. We're not talking scenarios like of people who are career-oriented individuals. We're talking about people who
Don't work at all.
minimum
Literally
wage
living
workers.
off government assistance. Got it.
exactly right. So if you working at Kroger or wherever, or Food Line, Giant, Walmart, right, and you working 40 hours a week, and that means you disqualify, but you could cut down to part-time and qualify.
But I think there's requirements and stuff too. Now, I don't know what it is right now.
Yeah.
But I know that there's like certain requirements in order for you to receive food stamps, in order for you to receive like government assistance and all of that stuff. Like you have to be working. You have to have like, it's not like, oh, like it used to be back in the days where you could just go into the food stamp office and you didn't have to have a job and you didn't have to have no income. Nah,
It's
it's
different
not like that no more.
qualifications
Yeah, it's some, what?
Not necessarily.
Well,
you can't
we
be
in
out of
COVID
work
right now. So
You
Yeah,
just gotta show you try.
we
You
are
can't
in
like
COVID
right now, like
Yeah.
the Maryland's like social services and stuff like that. Like you
Right.
literally just have to like,
Apply.
like during COVID, yeah, you gotta like they gotta show that you've been applying, so you can be
yeah.
out of work completely and
But
still
I mean,
get all
but
the
essentially think
assistance,
about it. So, like I said, there are qualifications though. Like you do have to be working or what they consider actively seeking work.
Yeah. Well, if you just say you try to run for president, do that work? If you just like, I'm running for governor.
No, like you had like they have a call log or it's like for unemployment. You know how you get well for unemployment, like you have to call like 2 people per week and they have to like verify and stuff. So it's getting really deep because they're realizing that a lot of people are staying on this government assistance
For
and
a
it's
really
becoming
long
generational
time.
for a very long time. Like I know somebody who's been on government assistance for a long ass time and I'm looking at them like, girl, you ain't ready to get up off your ass yet?
Yeah, you know, some people.
Why
look,
would I when I'm making
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. If you could imagine, but if you could cut back work and bring the same level of income, and you fuck over your baby daddy, and you get the check for free, that's a triple win. That's
Look,
a triple
real
win.
quick.
I still think that
I'm about
Nick
to say, Amber, go
is Majito.
Vegito? What?
Migdo? What
Oh,
was
MGTOW.
MGTOW.
No, I'm not
MGTOW, we
MGTOW.
are not going to MGTOW right now.
No, I'm not
I'm
Look,
just saying
I'm not
that I think that
MGTOW.
Nick is MGTOW.
No, I'm not
Look,
MGTOW.
hold on.
Either that or he's
Hold
just
on.
bitter.
No,
So look.
I'm not bitter. I'm not divorced. You're with 4 kids.
Just look.
Somebody hurt
Bye.
Nick.
Nobody hurt me.
No, that's
Say
who
bye, I got
hurt
five.
I'm
you.
working through the logic.
Hold on, speaking of hurt men,
Someone hurt Nick.
speaking of hurt men, Amber, man, you got a story about a hurt man
Bro, that
for
shit
us,
is
man.
crazy.
Yes.
He
A
was
brother
hurt.
that was
How he gonna be hurt?
Hey, look, the brother broke down, man. So let's look. We got
Listen.
a quick little segment.
Listen, real quick. I got a quick segment on the phrase "Who hurt you." for men.
All right, look, 30 seconds, man. You got
I got a
30
quick- I got a
seconds.
quick
Come on,
break.
wrap this up.
That's
We got to
so
move on.
dismissive.
Why don't you just give me a name?
We said over here, recognize women's trauma. Oh, the emotional trauma that women go through. If I
I
were
know
to,
who hurt her too. I just want a
but
name.
dudes don't say that. We not allowed to say the amount of
You can say whatever you want. You're a grown ass man.
if you were victimized by somebody or accosted or taken advantage of.
Call science is science.
How? If you were taken advantage of, and then we said, "Oh, Amber, who hurt you?"
But you know what? Believe it or not, it does happen in relationships. Men ask that question like, "Why
But
are
that's
you
because
so
y'all be
hurt?"
genuinely hurt.
Y'all be genuinely hurt too. What the hell?
All right.
Anyway,
Y'all can't hear it right now, but we got the scared. Yeah. We wrapping it up right now. All right. That was the 30 seconds. That was the 30-second buzzer.
That was my buzzer beater.
That was the
All
buzzer
right,
right
so this
there.
is gonna be a little. It's
So-
gonna be a little difficult to read. It's a strawberry letter from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and unfortunately,
We do not own the rights to this. We're just
Can't play the audio.
Exactly,
So.
can't play the audio, and
fair
I can
use,
only
fair use.
I can only read so much of the summary before the rest has to be off the dome. So it starts off with, I'm a 42-year-old married woman, and I've been married for 4 years. I have 2 children from my first marriage, and he came with 4 children from his first marriage. A month ago, we celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary, and I found out that he's had a girlfriend for as long as we've been married. She called him early on the morning of our anniversary, and I answered since he was putting out the trash. And then the rest of the story goes on to her.
You forgot why she answered.
Yeah.
What was the name of the phone?
She
So,
answered because the name on the phone was Damien,
Damien.
and she thought it was somebody from work. Come to find out, it was the mistress calling to see what time her husband would be at the mistress and her husband's daughter's birthday party, which was the same day as their anniversary. She waits until the husband comes in to ask him.
Wait, hold on
Oh, we
now.
gotta backtrack.
Hold on now. Amber, this Amber speaking the story. Go on ahead, finish the story, Amber. That's a little segment. And
She got good memory too.
you brought it to the table. Go
Wait, I
ahead.
missed something. Oh, she as she's talking to the mistress, she finds out that they not only have one child who is 3 years old, they have another child who is also 1 year old.
And what else? What else was there? Okay,
King
so
shit.
then
King
after
shit.
after he hangs up the phone for her, lets her simmer down. They cry together because this is something that illogical people do. Is
Now,
cry
the brother was
together.
hurt.
Yeah. So men and women
Yes.
come together after finding out this information, and they have a crying session. Well, the mistress decided that she needed to take a break from the situation and the kids, and asked homegirl and her man if she could watch the kids while she moves and takes a break. And now the woman feels like she's stuck with this woman's kids while dealing with this 4-year affair, and she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veronica, I'm with you. I would absolutely, undoubtedly have went to jail. Like
110%.
110%.
It would've
There
been
is
a wrap.
no way. I want to hear from the fellas on this one. I got to.
No.
Because I need to know what your take on is this.
The whole
So-
thing is wrong.
This
Okay.
brother was hurt. Man.
This brother's wrong.
He was
Whoa,
hurt?
whoa. He was hurt. First of all, okay,
crying.
so he was
What
with
part?
this.
What part was? Where was he hurt?
Where was he hurt?
Where was he
Oh,
hurt?
he was hurt because he was caught. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got caught.
he was look,
Because he had been with the mistress as long as he had been with his wife.
Married to his wife.
He just chose his wife. He made sure he let his wife know that she was the chosen one, as if this
Hey.
is some kind of fucking.
And he had a baby on their wedding
listen,
anniversary day.
can the mistress get alimony? Nah, so she
No.
was chosen. All right, she got benefits. And she is the mistress on the will. I don't see her name. All right.
So that begs the question, right? If this woman, they say marriage is nothing but a piece of paper, but that's a lie. So if
Cap.
this man was to die, because I seen this a couple years ago,
Yep.
if this man was to die, right, and the mistress called, right, and she said, hey, I have his 2 kids, and this man has, let's just, for shits and giggles, say he has a $5 million life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Are those kids then entitled to the life insurance
Depends on what
policy?
the will says.
If it just says his kids,
if the will does not stipulate those children, then those children get nothing.
yeah, if he wrote them in, but I highly doubt that he probably wrote them in without his wife knowing, because then she'd be like, "Who are these other two
Veronica,
niggas that
I'm
you done
with
wrote in?"
It's no way in this situation, me being a married woman,
I just couldn't see myself.
I would
not
freely,
being locked up.
No. Like, first of all, I'm finding on our
Listen,
wedding
this man is
anniversary.
living his truth. His
I'm
everything's out the
finding
open
out
now.
on our wedding anniversary that not only do you have 2 other kids, one of your children were born a year after we got married. A year. We're talking about a year, which means you were with this woman when I got married. So when I say I do to you,
So that'd be like
she
3
was
months after they got married.
But then in the strawberry letter, it says that these 2 women knew each other's voices because they went to the same hair salon. So your mistress is looking at me in my face and she knows me by name.
Jail.
She did wrong.
I'm murdering somebody.
She did something.
Listen, she said, "I gotta move away. I gotta
She
get my
did
hair done
something.
somewhere else."
Man,
Like,
that's
you
crazy
can't-
as hell. I don't even know.
No, listen.
And it's but it's weird to think because you have to be. I always say this.
That is definitely true.
What's it
Hold on,
That
hold
is
on.
true.
Veronica, now you're talking a little crazy.
No, but it is true.
Wait, hold on.
It's true.
Hold on. Chill. Let me say why she talking crazy.
I can't
One of her comments was call CPS to come get them kids.
Yeah, you gotta come.
So
get
you
it.
want to? So you going to? Those are still that man's kids. So
Well,
you want
then he need to get his ass
No.
an apartment.
Hold on.
go.
See now here.
With his
Here.
kids
Hold
and
on.
get the hell up out of my
Stop.
house.
I'm going somewhere with this. This is exactly why I call bullshit on what you guys say as far as what's best for the kid. Regardless of how you feel,
Oh, nigga, I would
you're
be
going
bitter.
to
What the hell?
hold on.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not even
But see,
gonna say.
this is
I'm not gonna be
the
bitter.
hypocrisy
No,
of what
ain't
you.
no
Hold on.
hypocrisy in that.
Kiana, that's not the scenario.
Kiana,
I'm
you
bitter.
just
I'm not
spent.
gonna lie to you.
You just
Oh,
and
nigga,
see
I'm
this is
beyond
what I'm
bitter.
saying. You can't
I'm
have it
beyond
both.
bitter.
You just spent the last hour and a half
What?
saying what benefits kids. Kids come first. Kids come first. Kids come
She said,
first.
"Fuck
But
the
then
kids,
you'll
they're not mine."
agree.
Hold on, Dev.
No.
But those ain't my kids, though.
But there, hold on. So you all are really will call CPS.
I wouldn't call
I wouldn't
CPS.
call
Okay, that's
CPS.
no, but you all were just agreeing with. I'm like, hold on.
No.
Be
I wasn't-
bitter
no, I
all
wasn't- I
day.
wasn't agreeing with the CPS comment. I was actually agreeing with the comment where she said it.
Right here,
Um,
take them to
their mother
court.
could take the wife. Could take the wife to court to get benefits for the kids. So I wasn't agreeing
Right.
with the CPS.
But that's
because
why I say she's talking crazy.
I believe that
CPS is that's a different animal.
I definitely believe that the mother. First of all, I would absolutely 120%. If I don't go to jail for losing my mind that day, I would
guarantee.
absolutely delete myself from the situation, because at that point I would know without a shadow of a doubt that there's no reason for me to even be in this situation with you, because basically our marriage was a lie. You entered into this marriage knowing that you were dealing with somebody else, knowing that you had kids. Well, at some point, hell, 3 months into the marriage, you knew you were going to have a kid with somebody else. I would completely delete myself from the situation if I didn't murder him.
But I wanna say
I
something.
probably would have murdered him that day, because my heart would have been hurt so bad. We crying together? No,
fuck?
nigga. As you crying, I got a gun to your head on the damn bed. Like, there's no, we not crying together. What you crying for?
Go ahead.
What is your reason for crying? You want us to cry together. Why you crying?
Good.
You knew that you had a baby 3 months into
now you
our
know.
marriage. You knew 3 months into the marriage we had a baby. You had another baby. You knew
See.
4 years into the marriage, 3 years into the marriage, that you had another baby on the way. Why are you crying? No, nigga, you thought you had the best of both worlds. You had your side chick over here, and you got these bitches going to the same salon. He's the type of nigga that probably paid for both of them to get their hair done,
Yeah.
both of them to get their nails done. Never in a million years thought they would see each other or hear about each other. He was definitely
He
one of them
still
niggas
do.
who had
He
his
still
cake
got the
and was
best of
eating
both
it too.
worlds.
But
He
hold
still got
on.
the best of both
But hold
worlds.
on, because what's the Tyler Perry movie that I'm thinking
Oh,
of?
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Okay.
Yeah, he
so
one of them.
there are certain types. All right,
women?
people treat you the way that you allow them to, and so
Absolutely.
she's tripping about like she has to watch the kids and stuff. First of all, you ain't gotta watch nobody else's fucking kids. Like I would have been out. And so
Wait.
She is dropping
and
little
so-
niggas off on
but
the porch.
he knew that that's the type of woman that she was, where she wasn't gonna
I
trip
absolutely
too much,
agree.
so that he could do this type of shit. Cause like my boyfriend, if he even dreamt
Thought.
about
Not
if
even
in
have
his
to-
dreams
right.
he thought about this shit,
He would
I would
die.
be stomping his ass
He
out.
would die.
Like
no, there's no way in hell you gonna fucking call me and tell me, nigga, you got
You got a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old.
Then it goes beyond you having these kids, right? It goes beyond you having these kids and me finding out about these kids. Have these kids been around your parents? Have these kids been around your family?
Like, are you living a whole double life?
Right. Do they know about the kids? Do they know about this other woman? Like, I would have 1,000,001 questions, but in the beginning, I would be absolutely bitter. We're getting a divorce. Like, first of all, you have other kids, which means my siblings or our kids could grow up and not know who their siblings were, and then they can sleep with their sibling. Like, it goes deeper than just you being with another woman. It goes way deeper than that, because now this woman has kids, and kudos to her for accepting the kids,
Yeah.
because that happens. But now you're asking for these kids to come and live with me. Hell no.
I got a
Hell
question.
no.
I got a
He would have
question
to
for
get
y'all.
out.
I got a question for y'all.
Everybody gotta go.
Y'all think
He wouldn't even have been allowed out after taking the trash out. As soon as his ass walked through that door and saw me on the phone with Cheryl, I would, nigga,
her name's Cheryl.
nigga,
You would have saw the look in my face and know
you
was
already
dead.
Listen.
turned.
Get your shit.
Y'all
Get your
think,
shit.
Go
y'all
grab
think,
it.
y'all think women are better cheaters than men, or men are better cheaters than women?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Do you think women, like, just in general, not a specific situation? Do you think women in general are better cheaters?
I think
than men?
women
Or
cheat
men-
emotionally, men cheat physically.
Okay.
That's what I'll say to that.
Like, but do you think who's better keeping it a secret, men or women?
I don't know.
That's what I mean by better cheaters. Like, who do you think is better at hiding it, men or women?
I don't know, because I've never cheated.
Okay, you don't know. Dad, what you think? Women are better cheaters than men. Men are better cheaters than women.
I
in
would
terms of keeping
I would
it
leave
secret.
before I would cheat, and you would know that I'm leaving you because I'm tired of your shit. I'm not. It's not up for a debate. Like, I'm leaving you, nigga. I don't want to be with you no more. And then
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm not about to waste my
side
time.
niggas. No, I don't think it's like who cheats better. I think the side nigga, side girl, or whatever.
The side nigga.
They're the ones that dictate like the relationship.
Right, and see,
Side niggas are just better at just being in the
That's what I was
background
saying. Listen.
than side chicks are.
You can't
That's
be.
just
First of all, let me tell you why. Because the side nigga knows his place, right? So
That's
a
what I'm
side
saying.
female, and I would agree to that because I've seen many niggas play the side nigga, and I'm like, nigga, you dumb. Like my male best friends like are really stupid, right? They'll play the side nigga real quick. Like, she ain't nothing but a piece of ass. So what difference do it make to me? And I'm like, nigga, so you know. Like, she got
Yeah.
a whole dude and you don't give a fuck.
Don't
That's that nigga
care.
problem. What?
See, that's the thing. Every
What?
See, look, every
Like, niggas do it though. So I think I like they
every
they are hoes. So I think it's
Yeah.
kind of funny. But when females cheat, he is absolutely right. They cheat a whole lot smarter because they gonna fuck with a nigga who know who
what your
they-
role is.
Right, what their role
it's
is.
not the woman
Men-
that's smart. The man just know.
See?
Look, if all I'm getting is just some ass,
Yeah.
men typically are
Oh,
okay
Veronica,
with
what you
just
say about
getting
me?
sex. The problem is it's not like if the man cheating or if the woman is smarter. That's not even it. You're both dumb as hell if you're going to be cheating.
Agreed.
No. The side nigga is smarter than the side chick because the side chick wants to be the main chick.
Exactly.
Right.
The side
That's
nigga
the
just
problem.
wants to be the
But-
dick.
but
That's
see,
it.
that's-
So it depends. Like,
that's the
that's where the
problem.
smartness come in.
That's
It's like
the problem. See,
side niggas
y'all
don't
be-
care.
What you say earlier?
Look.
Y'all be dicking these bitches down, and then you be wondering why they be looking at you all weird and shit. No, nigga, stop dicking these bitches down like that. Right?
Look.
Exactly.
See,
Stop
look.
dicking them down like that, and you won't have a problem. But the problem is,
Look.
you want to give them the grade A beef, and then expect them not to want the grade A beef. That's not how it
look,
works.
that-
But that's what happens.
That's not how it works.
Every side chick wants to be the main.
The
chick.
main.
Well,
Every
see,
side,
it-
even your main nigga wants to be your side nigga. If a nigga can just be your main nigga,
He wants to be a side nigga too.
if your main nigga can just be dicking in ear, just Netflix and chilling, come over,
That's
cuddle. Oh my God. Ain't no side nigga like, hey bro, back off. I'm about to pay half the rent. Watch out.
I ain't doing all that.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm taking the McCormick's tonight.
Let me tell you what niggas fuck up though.
Yeah.
And I find this shit fucking hilarious. Cause I be listening when my best friend, the hoe, like the big hoe, when he be on the phone like with his girls or whatever, I be like, really, like she really believed the shit that you be telling her? Like y'all be feeding them sweet nothings and then be wondering why they want to be the main bitch. Like you can't do that.
Yes.
Like if you want this bitch to be your side bitch, you gotta let her know. Listen, you is just a side bitch. I'm not giving you main bitch emotions. I'm not giving you main bitch feelings. Use the side bitch.
I'm not giving you main bitch dick. That's.
I'm not giving you main bitch money.
Bitches not
like
sticking
that.
around for a side.
You're not keeping her if you're giving her 30% dick. It's just not happening. You gotta get
a little weak.
You gotta give at least over 70 at a minimum.
That's why you get stuck. That's what I'm saying.
Like this nigga, when you got 2 kids and you 4 years in, exactly.
He just look.
You can't give her the Vienna sausage if you want to keep her around.
Right,
You gotta give her the bowl.
Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, the Hebrew national.
Stop giving her the Hebrew national. That's the problem. That's why you
that nigga kept falling asleep in it. That was his goofy ass problem.
Yeah. Oh
He
God,
just kept falling asleep in it, just limp noodling with the shit and just didn't go roll on. I know he was dumb. That was dumb.
At some point, this chick clearly had main bitch tendencies. There was no way that you could tell me she didn't. Because if we have been dating or whatever the fuck it might be, having an affair for 4 years, she definitely had main bitch tendencies.
She had great side bitch shit. Look, she didn't even want to give up
side bitch tendencies.
She had great side bitch tendencies. Look, it was 4 years in. She said,
took 4 years for her to
she
find
said,
out.
hey baby, when you coming over? She wasn't calling the wife. She wasn't even looking for her. She wasn't checking her. She knew her by her first name.
4 years
she
to
knew
find
they went to the
out,
same
so.
hairstylist.
See what I'm saying?
She had
this
great.
This what I be saying about these side niggas. This supposed to be your side bitch, and you telling her about your main bitch. You fucked up from day one, Slim.
No. You want your side girl, know your main girl, so that way she know if she see her. Do not intervene. Do not interact.
That's you got to know about the wife.
Yeah,
you got to know.
Especially if you married.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, listen, I'm getting married.
And I'm not an advocate of all this.
When he got married, because clearly they was fucking before they got married.
Here's the other thing,
so she played her position up until that one day the phone call.
Here's the other crazy predicament this woman put herself in is that like this other girl, the one he married, wasn't even giving him kids. The side
that's true.
Kids.
They didn't have kids.
They
didn't even have no kids. So
she won up on her ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, she definitely.
That's not a one. I mean, she is okay. So they're 42 and 44. So yeah, maybe she was like, nah, dude, I already had my 2, so I don't want anymore.
You 44.
You do not have kids. Hey, talk to Nick Cannon.
Hey,
you do not have kids your side female. Oh yeah, that's what you said.
The thing about if you got the means to do it, live your truth.
Live your truth.
He has to have. First of all, the fact. I'm giving kudos to this nigga. I'm giving kudos to him
got
for
great time management.
Definitely, absolutely, like
especially for his child's birthday to be the same day as his anniversary. I don't know how he's been pulling that off.
That's crazy.
They just haven't gone out of town.
But you don't have to go out of town. Like, what does he say to leave the house on his anniversary?
And what does he say
that's what I'm saying. Like, they're local, they're close.
What does he say? Well, I guess she knows.
She knows that's the anniversary. Yeah,
right. See, men are great compartmentalizers. That's what we're not
put
really
you here. Put you here.
Exactly. You understand?
I will fuck Donnell up. Like, God bless him because he doesn't have no kids. But this is why I decided a long time ago that I wasn't gonna date guys with kids because I would kill him. Like we would probably be in a shootout together. We would be in a shootout together. Like at that point, I would lose all my marbles. I would go to jail for being completely and utterly fucking insane at that moment because I just found out some vital information that fucked my life all the way up.
So the kids is the problem, not him cheating with another woman.
No, fuck that. The fact that he cheated. The kids I could bypass. Like you said, the kids are innocent. In this situation, the kids are innocent. They just can't come live in my house. But the fact that you done had an affair with this bitch for 4 years, this bitch know my name. She know the hair salon I go to. She know what I look like.
What if it was 4 months?
I don't give a fuck. The
So
fact
cheating
that,
in the marriage is just wrong.
Yeah.
Period. Like you're just saying. It.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, I
okay.
think we all can.
And
Yeah,
then
okay. That's
add
just.
insult to injury.
You
to
got
say
2
here,
kids by this bitch.
You
And
not
she-
even wrapping it up, nigga. You raw dogging this bitch and have
And
a
you
baby.
can bring me home any fucking
Oh
thing.
my
Whoa! Hold on.
Nothing
Hold on.
Oh.
If he's giving her,
Rando, that's kind
hold
of
on,
crazy.
hold on.
You
So
giving
that's-
her,
hold
you
on.
giving her husband dick.
Hold on.
Are you serious?
If
Yeah,
he
bro.
giving her the
With the
Hebrew
cream pies.
national, if he giving her the Hebrew national, and they've been doing it for 4 years, she not messing with nobody else. Okay,
I would
so
agree
I'm
with that.
pretty sure
I would
she's
agree with
probably
that.
clean in that instance because
No,
it's not
fuck that,
right.
Because
It ain't right. I'm just
It
saying.
said he had 2 DNA tests, so at some point he must have thought that she must have been dicking somebody else down. Somebody else must have been dicking
Just
her down
'cause he
because
did.
He got a DNA test.
She wasn't.
He
She
did.
wasn't, though. She
Yeah,
was-
it doesn't
she-
mean that she was. That was
She
just
loved that
his
goofy
own.
ass nigga.
Of course, a man gonna be like, yo, no, are you sure those mine?
It just couldn't be me.
Yeah,
Me neither.
yeah. Come on.
Me neither. Niggas would die all day.
All day.
All
Of course. Hey, shout out to my man Darnell Jameson in the
Darnell
comments,
said
man.
everybody.
Black men don't cheat. This brother definitely does not
Here we
either.
go.
Definitely does not, man. Black men don't cheat. Darnell
Black-
Jameson is a prime example of that. shout out to the young king over there, underground mayor of DC.
But no, like dead ass. Like if that was,
We exercise
oh my god,
options.
I just couldn't imagine myself in that
it's
situation.
not cheating. It's
And,
option.
and then you want to cry with me? What we crying together for? Why are we crying?
I don't even know. I don't even know why he's still in the house.
Right. I don't even know why you looking at. Get the fuck out. Like that'll be my first phrase. Get the fuck out. Why are you still here? Matter of fact,
Hold
give
on.
me
How
your
you
phone.
gonna- Why you gonna put a man out of his house?
What the fuck?
How you gonna put a man out of his
You want
house?
me-
though?
So
Like,
it's
look.
either
You got two
I need to
options.
understand
in
this.
a body
We got two
bag,
options.
or you could go to a hotel. Which one are you trying to do?
Look, try it.
Look, you need to
Try
take your
it.
ass to the best, to the West
it.
End.
Alright.
You
That's
need to
what
get
I
out
said.
for a
There's
Been
bit.
tried before.
There's a lot of scenarios that can
See
play
it.
like into this one situation because if he is the breadwinner in the house, right, and he is paying for everything, she feels stuck because she is like completely dependent on this man to do everything
I'm
for
not
her.
leaving this
So
house.
if she told him that. You know, if he told her, yeah, baby, and he confessed to it, like, yeah, I did it, like
He
it
cried
wasn't
with
shit. Like, yeah, I'm going to.
Darnell's stupid.
Darnell about to go. Darnell getting killed tonight. Darnell, you about to get your ass killed, bro. Hey, you better watch
Hey,
out.
look, man, you better take your
Listen,
ass in the basement
Darnell knows my.
and lock the door.
You gotta get out, man.
Look,
You
yeah,
know
lock
what's the
the-
right thing to do. You don't
No.
want to fucked up. You gotta get out the house. Look,
Right, like no, you got to give me some time to digress this information you told me. Like you can't just expect me after now I'm finding out
Now
you've
I
been
gotta find
cheating
somewhere
on
to
me
stay.
for 4 years, and now I have to find somewhere to stay. No, you got to be a man about it and let me digress this
Just be
information.
a man.
Put
Don't
an
stay-
ABBL
don't
on
stay at your
Darnell
bitch's
Jameson.
house.
You
Well,
going
'cause
missing
that'll
tonight.
be some shit I say.
go stay at your fucking side
No,
bitch's
get the
house.
fuck out and go stay at your side bitch's house. That's where you been at for the last 4 years. Get your shit.
It's your
and
kid's
stay at that
birthday
bitch house.
anyway, nigga. Go
Right.
see your baby.
Oh.
She moved. She ain't in there no more.
I ain't got shit to do with that. I wish I had a. He wish he had a basement. Shut the fuck up.
Look, real quick, man, because we know this crazy, man. But look, we're going to wrap this up, man. hey, what y'all think about this, young? Like, for real, what y'all... What? I don't. You know what? I should
so
have asked
this
Rick.
has
'cause
happened to
There's
me.
a way you can share this so that people can see it, but I don't know how to do all that. But
This
we'll
has
just
happened to me.
add a link or something.
This is
Let's share the
absolute.
screen.
This
Share
has
the
happened to
screen.
me on the
forgot how.
workplace.
What's it say?
And who is that? That's
Beautiful,
Morris
how's
Chestnut
your
on the
day?
left,
It's
right?
Morris Chestnut and
I was reading about in the cursive.
what's his name? Faison.
Oh, yeah,
Faison
Faison
Love.
Faison Love. And that has happened to me in the workplace. And I took both of them as an absolute compliment. It was so funny, but
Is there a difference though?
it is a difference. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
difference.
As long as you admitted it. All right,
It is
okay.
a difference because
Nigga know if you ugly or not. All right, that's really what it comes down to. If you ugly, nigga know that you ugly. All right.
Stay in your lane.
I
Yes.
mean, no, you can
I'm
take
cute,
a compliment.
so I say whatever.
Okay, so harassment. Okay, so the first time you get the compliment, like the Morris Chestnut might just say "Hello, beautiful," and then the Faison Love might say "Hello, beautiful" too. But because you didn't acknowledge his "Hello, beautiful," he might keep going. You know what I'm saying?
See?
Yeah, no, and so that's where it becomes the harassment. Like, if you acknowledge it the first time, all right, cool, you say hello, beautiful, hello, and you keep on moving. But the Morse chestnut, when he says hello beautiful and you say hello, he keeps it moving. You know what I'm saying? Hello beautiful, he going on about his day. The phase on love says hello beautiful, and now you've gave him an open opportunity to continuously interact with you.
What have you said? What Morris Chester said? Hello, beautiful. How's your day? You're like, oh, I'm doing good. It's like, yeah, you know what?
But
I really like your hair today. Hey, what you doing later on?
I think I'm the opposite.
I've had that happen in the workplace. E7, and I think both of them were E7s, as a matter of fact. One of them was a little bit more handsome than the other one. Okay, so he felt like
ugly.
That nigga was ugly.
So he felt like it was okay to continuously say things like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You know, I like the way you look today.
Wait, the pretty nigga?
You look nice." No. So
The
other one, you know, the pretty nigga just said, "Hello, beautiful. How was your day?" And I'd be like, "Good, okay." Or he would say like, "Good morning." And this happened on deployment, as a matter of fact. So in deployment, you don't necessarily have like just your unit working with you. You have multiple units working with you. So he went on, you know. The nicer looking one would say, "Hello, beautiful, you know, good morning," and he would go on about his day. Like that would be our greeting of the day towards one another, and that would be it. Well, the other E7 thought because I said good morning, how are you, it was an open invitation for you to say shit to me for the rest of the day. Hey, Slim, that's not how it works. We say good morning to each other, hello, beautiful, how you doing, and you keep it fucking moving. No, I'm not interacting with you like that. I'm not interacting with him like that. But because you felt like it's a constant situation between one person, you think you have an open invitation to do the same thing. That's not the case at all. It's not the case.
I don't know. They would both get the same response from me.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But because the phase-on type nigga don't get no play, or the persistent one.
I thought y'all like persistence.
You know what?
Until it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Until it becomes unwanted.
It can become a lot. I mean, think about it. Like if you say hello, or if a woman speaks to you and say hello, how you doing, right?
Yeah.
Now let's just say you at a bar, the bartender is speaking to you,
okay,
and you like, all right, hey, right, and then you get this kind of more heavy set girl come over. You know what I'm saying? You really not feeling her. You feel some type of way about this one that you didn't feel about this one. So your emotional connection is a lot different from one than the other. So automatically your mindset is going to be, okay, this might be okay, and this isn't. You know what I'm saying? Because you can speak to both of them the same exact way, but their perception of the way that you're talking to them might come off different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's when it becomes like a harassment type thing.
But here's the other thing, right? I think we also have to take this into account. Like, women get like talked to, get approached all the time.
Day.
Y'all get approached at gas stations.
I was approached today at the gas. First of all, I wasn't even approached. That's what pissed me off, because I was like, stop being a fucking creeper. Like, I can't stand creepy shit.
You just like around the corner?
No, yeah, basically. So you know how they have those like plants and pots and shit, like
In the middle of the
middle.
gas thing.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm
Leaned
like,
over.
yeah. So I'm like filling up, and the nigga in his car, he's in his car, and instead he's not even in like where he's visible. He's like behind the fucking bush and shit. And he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, see, this is why y'all get cussed out. First of all, I can't fucking see you. It's raining out here. And you fucking trying to talk to me. And you trying to talk to me, excuse me, beautiful, excuse me. Nigga, I can't even fucking see you. The fuck you doing? And then I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And then he pulls up. He's like, you don't even know I was gonna ask, because it don't fucking matter. It doesn't. Yeah. Go away.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you get approached, here's the thing. Dudes don't really get approached. We don't get approached a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's very true.
It's like, I mean, it's probably like 1,000 to 1 the amount of times y'all have been approached versus the amount of times I've been approached. Every dad's been approached.
It's because of the ankles.
It's because
you stupid.
You got your ankles out.
I like that.
Dead ass.
I appreciate that. But what's funny is like, it's like, so dudes don't get approached, and here's the other thing is that like, men are also sort of like, while men aren't great at taking rejection, men are at least used to it. Women cannot take the level of rejection that men take. Y'all really are built.
I'm gonna be honest. It's very rare that I've been rejected.
That's what I'm saying. Because you already. First of all, dude's not gonna reject you. And if a man does reject you, a man's gonna do a rejection real nice. I've rejected women before, but I'm like, hey, no, thank you, I appreciate you.
Now I think about
I'm with somebody.
Maybe once.
Yeah.
there
Maybe
you go.
twice.
We
yeah,
not.
it's
Look,
not
y'all be like,
common.
ugly nigga, get away from me, y'all.
That does
okay,
happen.
Let me tell you
Happens
why though.
sometimes.
Let me tell you why
No.
though. Because you guys don't.
It happens.
It
man.
happens.
Y'all don't take the first. I'm okay.
See, yeah,
you know what I'm
see,
saying?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good.
Okay, that's true.
I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be persistent with it, nigga. I said I'm good. Like,
Look,
why
first of all-
are we going through this? If I say I'm good, I could be sitting at a bar with my homegirl, we having a drink, right? Or I could be dancing on the dance floor because typically this happens when I go out with my girls. I could be dancing on the dance floor. You automatically think because you see me dancing that I automatically want to dance with you. No, nigga. So if I do this, you already know this is a universal sign for back the fuck up.
That's a no-go. That's
Right.
a no-go.
So if you're persistent with that back the fuck up,
Yeah.
back the fuck up. Now I gotta get irate with you because you didn't get the universal sign for back the fuck up.
But see, again, this is the sort of mixed messaging that men get. Is that like men are sort of taught through something we hear. Oh, women want to be pursued, be persistent. Like,
we do want to be
We want to be pursued, but you gotta
But
just
there's
know.
a right
You
way to pursue
No,
a
you
woman,
don't
though.
know when you aggravating somebody.
See, no, but see, this is what
Period.
happens. Is that and I'm
How
just,
you don't
I'm just,
know that?
I'm not saying
Yeah,
for
if
me
you don't
personally.
know, tell me you don't
Look.
know.
No,
Look.
they don't. Dude,
do.
Look,
You
when
do.
it's 4th and 20 in the club and the lights are coming on, sometimes that persistence pays off. Look, it's 4th and 20. You throwing your Hail Mary shot. Look, she might be trying to go home with something, but
She
the right
might,
one ain't
but
approached her.
but
And you like, shh, I'm sauced right now.
Listen.
And I'm trying to get somewhere
You
nice.
such a hoe.
You know,
but
whoa, I'm
such
just
a-
saying,
but no,
it's 4th and
seriously.
20.
You such a hoe.
The lights are on.
That's some hoe bag shit.
She don't know she want this yet. Like, what?
That's some hoe bag shit.
Just wait.
Look,
But
wait on
that's
it.
how you be in the club. That's
for
how you
men.
be.
For
Nah.
men, it's volume over.
We volume shooters.
Yo, you got it. So at that point, if there's 20 ladies left, you got
None
to shoot
of
the
them.
shot with 20 of them to see who's
Listen,
going to bite.
listen, but that's what happens.
But
Like,
that's how it is for men, though.
But I think for a lot of times, like when men shoot their shot at women, a lot of times the women have already like they just out to have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like back in the day, you used to meet women at clubs and stuff like that, and it'll be real cool and casual. Nowadays, it's not. Like, you meet a guy at the club and the first thing on your mind is the only thing he want to do is fuck, so why am I even giving him my time? For a woman, that's how we think. Or at least that's
Yeah,
how I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
Would you
yeah,
be thinking
absolutely.
the same thing? Yeah, so that, I mean, for me, I wouldn't even entertain your ass. Like, I'm out having a good time with my girls. Like, the purpose of me coming out is to have a good time with my girls. I ain't thinking about dating no man. And for women who do, I'm not saying it's not women out there who don't, but for the women who do, that's what they are looking for. So they find you in the club, you know, they have these, let's just say for shits and giggles, it's a one night stand. All right, cool, we fuck, that's it, I'm good.
Yeah.
But there are women like me who go to the clubs to have a good time with their girls. They might have a drink, you know, let down their hair a little bit, want to dance, and they don't want the persistence that you're saying.
Yeah, no,
now,
absolutely.
in the instance that you were saying, I want to be pursued. I absolutely want to be pursued. But in the club is not where I want you to
No.
pursue me.
Absolutely, but I,
You get what I'm saying?
But yeah, I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, like, I think, like, again, like, you gotta realize, like, the sort of like narratives that like boys have grown up with, right? Like, think about like all like the Disney Channel movies, all like the fucking kids movies.
They're
that we
not
watch.
pursuing women in clubs, though.
But you go like in like teenage movies
Wait
and
a
stuff.
minute.
But it's
like,
true.
It's,
They're not
the
pursuing women in clubs.
No, even in cartoons, it's like the boy likes
There's
girl.
rejection.
Girl doesn't know this boy.
She rejects him.
Boy keeps working and keeps working and keeps working until girl eventually likes him.
Right. So,
And
let's,
so these are
let's
these are
just,
sort
let's
of
just
things.
take for
yeah.
prime example. We'll just go for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
What is the name of the TV show? With Steve Urkel and Laura.
Oh,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Prime,
Family
prime
matters.
Example. Family matters. Prime example. You know what I'm saying? Steve was very persistent, right?
Steve's just
but
persistent.
let's just be honest, right? Eventually, he had to turn into a whole different person.
whole different nigga.
You gotta be
in
a
order
whole.
for Laura to
gotta be a whole
want to
different
be with
nigga,
him.
though.
Exactly.
So
Oh, wait. But y'all do remember that once Steve started messing with Myra, Laura got jealous.
That is true.
And then so it wasn't even
Because that was the
Stefan.
attention then.
She wanted Steve at that
Look,
point.
but she
Yeah.
was
And Steve
also
was like,
in high school. We talking about grown ass people. We ain't talking. You know,
It's-
they was in high school still.
he gave it a stiff on.
He said, "Sorry, I'm with Myra now."
I'm on with Myra. You had your chance.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. So in those situations, it's okay for you to be persistent. Like
Yeah.
women love men who, want to chase after them and want them to, hell, that's how I met my husband. I'm not finna lie to you. Now, they'll chase me for some years, right? Mm-hmm. And when I say years, I mean years, right? And eventually, when our paths led to where it was supposed to be, we ended up getting together. But it wasn't that he was persistent, it was that he continued to pursue. So he wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah.
When he knew I was married, he didn't pursue me. When he knew I was in a relationship, he didn't pursue me. It was when he felt like, at this time, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. He shot it, and you know what I'm saying, he hit the jackpot. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's okay for you to be persistent, but if you're gonna be persistent in a club, you're gonna get the stiff arm every time, because
absolutely.
most women don't want a man to be persistent in the club.
In the club.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna get your number. We can leave tonight. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We gonna leave the club. I'm gonna get your number, right?
You're right.
Once I get your number, it's going to be one of those situations where I'm going to call you, I'm going to fill you out. If you feeling me and I'm feeling you, then it's one of those situations where we can see where it goes. But most of the time, men in the club want to go home with the girl that night. I'm not one of them girls.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot
so
of them
I'm
girls.
stiff-arming you every time.
I think what we can take out of this is, fellas, man, look, in the club environment may not be the best
Not at all.
environment
If
to
she
be
don't like you that
persistent.
night, if she ain't like you when you walked up, she ain't like you when you walked out.
It's not going to happen.
But as men, I know you guys are simple, but you also have to have some kind of wits to you when you know that you aggravating. You have to know when you're aggravating.
Have to know. Like, first of all, you have to, what do they call it? You have to read the atmosphere.
Be in tune.
Like, if you see a girl partying with her girls, you got to know that her purpose to come to the club is not to find a nigga. Like,
well, that's
not it.
not always the case.
Not always the case.
See, now look, this is a B-side thing. This is a B-side thing because we got to wrap this up now. We almost said 2.5 hours.
We wrapping it up.
But look,
hitting the B-side.
this is a B-side thing, because you think about it, like, girls go out to have a good time, right? That doesn't mean that they're not trying to do
right, and that's what I say.
You know
it's
what I'm saying? So you
not
gotta
all the time. So
you
do
gotta
have women
feel
who go out to feel, and exactly, you gotta read the crowd. So if you see a girl like partying hard with her girls, she
partying. I'm trying to party too. I'm about to slide.
I got friends. You got friends. I got
First
friends.
of all,
Lined up.
I'm gonna put this right leg gonna be real strong. I'm gonna step in.
Mine.
I'm trying to join the party.
I have had guys.
What's
I
happening?
have had guys do that though. I have had guys like before I was married. So this was even when I was in Alaska. Me and my girls would buy a VIP section, right? And it'd be the guys right next to us in the VIP section. They'd be like, "Hey, I'm trying to join y'all. We trying to party with y'all, nigga." If we wanted to party with y'all motherfuckers, we would have been down there on the floor with y'all motherfuckers. The point of us getting this VIP section is so that we can party together and chill.
See? First mistake.
VIP
You asked for
section.
permission.
You guys got
Bro, look,
fuck?
my
What's up?
presence.
You guys
You
gotta
all will be blessed with my presence.
I don't
That's
want
how
no
you gotta come
pussy.
in that
y'all
jump.
gotta be in tune.
Gotta unbutton the top jump, let the little taco meat show.
That little taco.
You know, it's a little taco
Girl,
meat
you
show.
see
out a
these
little
chains?
That should be creepy. It be mad creepy.
Creepy. It's really creepy.
There was like
No, it's
that one blogger to finish it up. That one blogger, I think she had went to like Miami or something like that. And while she was blogging, like, oh hey, I'm in Miami. There's this nigga that had been like following her like across the street and shit. And I guess she had already said like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm not interested.
See, that's
he followed
dangerous.
her into the damn store, still being persistent. Hey ma, hey ma, hey ma,
They
hey
are
ma.
like
She
that.
going through different aisles and shit, trying to duck this nigga. He's still following her. Like you gotta
that's
read the
see,
room.
That's bad protocol.
yeah,
That's bad
bad
protocol.
protocol.
That's
bad
all
protocol.
bad. That's all bad.
You do it too much. She don't like you. She don't like you.
Yeah, he a
Like
little
I
too
think
green.
I'm saying,
you
like-
know, if we say we good,
Yeah.
We good.
You're good.
Yeah, you
You're
are.
good.
But that's the thing.
Until the right one comes around.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that a lot of
So we would
men
not,
grow with that?
and this is a disclaimer. If the right one came around, we wouldn't say we good.
Ex-
We would give
exactly.
him a little bit of
Yeah,
love.
you
You
would.
That's
know
what I'm
what
saying. You're good until the right one comes around.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna show him some play. Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying is that men grow with a lot of. You got to deprogram that as a grown man, right? But a lot
You say you
of
got
younger
deprogram
guys.
that.
Look, Ricky said respect the volume shoot. You gotta shoot your shot if you go.
First of all, why is y'all shooting goddamn volumes? Let's go with this one.
The volume, look,
volume shoot.
It's the environment.
Because they get rejected more than y'all.
Yeah. So if you're in a club environment and there's 30 shorties,
all the time.
Men get rejected a lot. Yeah. That's what he was just saying.
Yeah, we get rejected all the time.
Bro, I might be a handsome young man.
So am I.
That doesn't mean that I don't get turned down when I was in that mode of approaching women. Like
I have been turned down at least a billion times.
Yeah, bro. Like I mean, and I'm talking about you stepping out looking clean, smelling good. Yeah. It's just not your night. I could go out and I'll talk to. At that time, I could talk to like 10 girls a night. Just because, you know what I'm saying, that was like my little number.
I'm learning.
Maybe out of the 10 Jones, one or two might bite and give me the number.
I'm shooting them all now.
No, listen. Look, for real.
Y'all can go 10 for 10.
Oh yeah, listen. If you would do it, you shooting 30%, 40%.
That's good.
You are a player.
You're winning. You're winning.
40% is a player.
Because out of 40 girls that you talk to, you're probably going to get a solid 6.
Yeah, listen.
6 numbers. Listen. Like for real. That's how the math for men. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you a Drake quote. Drake said if she bring
and we're gonna close out after. We're gonna close out on Drake.
If she bring 4 friends, I know I hit at least one. All right.
That means that
he went 1 for 5. That's Drake.
I think he just meant he only slept with one so far.
Exactly, but he says I know I'll hit at least one. That means Drake, $100 million rich mega celebrity Drake is at 20%.
Y'all laughing, man.
You laughing.
This is the world we live in.
That's Drake.
Hey, look.
Drake.
Hey, look. On that note, man. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake to keeping it real for the regular guys. You know what I'm saying?
I know I hit at least one.
Drake get shot down just like the rest of us do. You know what I'm saying? But look. On that note, man, it's been another solid week of lessons in love, man. Tonight was fun.
I've learned some things in lessons.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't know about the volume shooting. Like that is a whole nother ballgame.
Look, besides,
I think that is funny. I think it is fucking hilarious.
Look, you get your practice shots
going.
going.
That's what they were doing. Volume shooting is going around the whole entire club.
You gotta, yeah.
I have seen guys do that.
Yeah, you see guys talk to this girl, talk to that girl, talk to this girl, volume shooter.
You gotta do
volume.
Look, last thoughts, man. Nick, go ahead and take us out. Go ahead, Nick. Take us out, man.
Shout out to the volume shooter. Shout out to volume shooter. It's really the only way you build confidence. Because as a kid, when you get rejected, when you're remember you're like 16, 17, rejection hurts. Because you like one girl, and if this one girl rejects you, you're done. But every rejection makes each rejection feel lesser, right? So you need to get to
easier to be rejected.
It's easy. So once you get rejected by
so are y'all pros at rejection at this point?
Eventually, yeah.
You got the tough enough skin.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, you got tough enough skin. Yeah. If you only been rejected by like 5 girls, you remember what each of them said. You remember what you were wearing that day. You remember everything. You remember how it felt and exactly what they said.
I don't mean to laugh, but
it's just
different for us to hear about y'all hurt.
But that hurt. Yeah, but once you get rejected by the 500th girl, it don't really. You get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like
500. No, that's a lot of women to reject.
I've been rejected a lot.
I'm telling you.
My mama say I'm cute. So, at least that's what I think. But so listen, dudes get rejected a lot. But so I think but in terms of volume shooting, you got to do it because it allows you to build that thing where you can take rejection and it doesn't become personal, or you take rejection and you're not the guy creepily following a woman through the store because
don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. But you have to build up that tolerance to it. To where it doesn't really hurt you like that. So shout out to volume shooting. Listen, if you had 30%, 40%, listen, and that's the thing. If you want to run, I've been on the run some nights where you just start talking. Dev, you been there?
Bro,
Look, you get one number, then you get two, you start going.
Hold on.
Get everybody tonight.
I'm trying cooking right now.
I'm cooking.
All right,
You start heat
swagged out.
checking. You start heat checking.
They start peeling out. They leave like she gone.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Next one.
I got two.
Yeah. So
I'm about to see. I'm about to keep the ball rolling.
We text y'all don't want to text us back anyway. So how many numbers I get, they get text back.
Then we got to worry about when to text you, how to text you, and all this type of stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Stay heartless, because that shit is fucking ridiculous.
Look,
Yeah, anyway.
Amber, what you got for us? On the way
That's
out?
my shit. Retract to the Volume Shooters. Volume Shooters Club.
Yeah.
BLC.
No, good show. I would say, to any crazy bitter baby mamas or bitter baby mamas.
Damn, you gotta call her out like that.
It
There's
happens,
no other
man.
way
It
to
happens.
say it.
It's terrible. Do better. Be better people. But no, good show.
Excellent. Kiana?
I love y'all. Like, I love the atmosphere. I love the laughs, because y'all keep me going. I promise you. Like, I needed all of this today. But I would say, hey, just pay attention. Like, communication is key in relationships, and with even with the PJ situation, it was key for him.
He
and
should have
prominent
volume
for them.
shot.
Yeah, he should have volume shot.
That's what happened when you get one-itis.
He should have volume shot, but it's important for people to communicate effectively. Bitter baby mamas and bitter baby daddies, they always gonna be out there, but the one who loses at the end is the kids. So for our baby mama segment, I'm just gonna say, stop thinking about your goddamn selves and think about them damn kids. Because at the end of the day, even with the PJ situation, the kid is losing out on vital time with his father. It ain't about you, it's about the damn kids.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Excellent pod today. Excellent. Audio was clean, was good. Everyone was contributing on point. There was a lot of insight and feedback that was thrown out there.
Definitely.
Definitely some learning took place tonight. So
Volume shooting.
You guys get rejected a lot.
hey,
I
look,
know,
that,
I found out. Yeah.
that's lessons in love, man. This is we talk about this so we get an insight into what happens with men and women, man.
I
This
feel
is-
so sorry
we
for you
live
guys.
in different worlds.
We live in completely different worlds.
We do.
That's a different type of hurt. You got to be rejected for 500 women.
You think it's a game?
That's a different type of
At
hurt.
least
It's a
100
game.
times.
And then that's what makes the success that much
A volume
sweeter,
shooting?
that much better.
Oh.
No. I'm saying, like, when you out there, you shooting your shot. It makes that one or two that you get out of the 20, it makes it that much better, because you're like, damn, bro, like, I've been out here tonight.
Yeah.
And you finally get that one little jump, one or two. You're like, all right,
So
bet.
wait, after you volume shoot, because I'm just curious.
Yeah,
right?
we got the B sides for the
Yeah, we
volume
got- we
shooters.
got- do the
I'm
B-sides.
real curious about
Okay,
this.
we're here.
So after you volume shoot, how many times do you shoot your shot? So let's just, for shits and giggles, say you volume shot like 20 girls, right?
Okay.
Boom, you volume shot 20, you shooting 25%. Right?
Okay, so I got 5 numbers.
All right, so you
That's
got-
a great night.
So you got 5 numbers. Out of those 5 numbers, how many of them are you calling?
First of all, how many of them
Okay,
are really
okay,
answering the
okay.
phone?
Yeah,
Because
look.
they probably just
See,
gave
Right,
it the
oh,
Thank
how
you.
many of them-
So
Amber-
hold
Amber
on.
brought up a great point.
We gotta. No, that's
That's
B-sides.
B-sides.
Like I
B-sides.
said, we already at 2.5
You're
hours.
right,
Look,
you're right.
but look, on the way out again. Thank you guys once again, man. I appreciate
you.
everyone's contribution. Shout out to everyone that was in the chat, man, that was contributing, and thanks to everyone that shared, liked, and all that good stuff, man. We really appreciate it on this side. Nick tearing shit up in the background. See, that's why it's time to go on
Too
this
much
side,
volume
man. But
shooting,
look,
baby.
That's what it is. Way too much
Hey, look,
volume shooting.
we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And as Ricky would say, we out, baby.
One.
We out, baby.
All right.
It said, look, we out.